Welcome back, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully, everybody having a good holiday. We're back with the Day Playbook, Blades of Bahamut, episode 13. Um, Not too much today. Just to remind everybody, we still have, I think, two more sessions where we still have the Trevor project going on. You can go onto the our link onto my homepage to check it out. If you have any questions, links a little bit goes a long way. Um, Also, everything on YouTube is fully updated. So if you want to check out anything, I got it all updated on YouTube as far as all the episodes. So check them out. Um, but we're going to get right into it. So we're going to go right into the intro. All right, we are back. uh, let's see. Last time we left off, you were all a few of you were separated. Found out that there was an explosion that happened on the Averant Island, and the opposing guild rebellion started attacking the harbor port of the floating paradise city of New Everett. Separating your paths, a couple of you decided to try to push a little bit forward. Had a few problems, moved back, essentially catched up with each other, and started making your way through. Many soldiers died in the process, um, but you were able to catch up to Geneva Halleck, one of the three soldiers that are the essential main figure pieces of New Everett, as she asked you to ascertain one of the ships before it escapes, defeat the soldiers on it, if at all possible. While she helps Soma take care of the guild leader along with some of her soldiers, um, and that the rest of the soldiers on your side were taking care of the other ship. You're able to defeat the two rogues along with the guild knight on the ship with a temporary loss. Zephinia did die temporarily, with Dahlia praying to whoever she could pray to without even calling out anybody's name. She just opened herself up to anybody at all. Um, Eventually, there was a connection. In Zephinia's world, you saw a black winged, distorted angel that essentially offered you a deal, not really explaining what they're getting yet, but they're bringing you back. You were brought back a little out of it. The battle was won. As you all get off the ship, hugs are about to be had, with Dahlia now blinking her eyes occasionally and almost like a split, kind of like a double vision sometimes, sees Zephinia as a more uh, modified version of herself, but only a little bit here, a little bit there.
A little modified.
So, we leave ourselves off back over in the port of the floating city of New Everent. Most of the battles are complete. You do see that the other ship was taken care of as well. Guild members were defeated in that one. Only a couple soldiers remained. Looking around, at least what you all know for the people that were inside the capital city at the time of this, there was probably about 50, 60 soldiers, including yourselves. There's probably only about 12 now. They took out a decent amount of the people that were actually on the island at the time. You do see the battle that happened, the at least the aftermath of the battle that happened with Soma, Geneva against the guild leader. Looks like the guild leader escaped with her own means, and currently right now, whether they're heading back to your location or going somewhere else, Geneva and Soma are not in your current field of vision. But the ship that you were able to confiscate is still docked. You're able to get off without a problem. And currently there are no enemies in the area, so you can have a little bit of free space if you like.
So do we want to get off this ship, please?
I'd like to
Absolutely.
get off.
I'm gonna walk a little more carefully this time.
Well, can we like ring it in so that
Yeah, I
way
think
we can
so.
just step off and we can have no more
I'm in favor of that. That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
A gesture for the big strong ones, aka everybody else.
I like
Do it.
slowly limp my way over and start reeling it in.
I got it.
Since you're on the side of the ship this time, yeah, you can reel it in closer so you don't have to worry about actually doing some weird aerobics to go down the rope. You can actually kind of pull it in as close as possible without actually crashing into the island and get off like you would a boat to a dock. You might have to leap a little bit, but it is not too treacherous.
As long as it's a little bit.
You do see that the other ship that your fellow soldiers were taken on has taken some damage. So much so that it's still kind of floating, but it looks like it would take some severe work to maintain. But it is almost a matching duplicate to what you have taken.
It doesn't look like it's going to start sinking anytime or anything like that. They're not
No,
in peril.
the wood on it is very wrecked, but the more of the hot air and the actual material that holds it up in the air is still operational. Since these are currently using more engineering, not magic, the functions that keeps it afloat is still working, but if you put it in the water, it would sink.
Well, they look like they had the time over there.
They do. Everybody over there looks more or less okay.
Yeah, I mean
More or less.
they're tending to each other.
Okay.
Is everybody okay? Like here? Oh, okay. Is everybody okay here? Like, do we
I'm
need to
upright.
have like a group talk, hug,
I think so.
I'm
cavern, crawl?
100% ready for hugs.
Come here, you.
Oh, say less.
Come here,
Sophia just leans into everybody.
Group hug.
It's the first time in her life she is just broken and just doesn't know what's going on.
Aw. I feel like we all just wrap our arms around each other. Big sentimental moment.
Just stand there for a minute. Do we want to go back in the center and see what things look like?
It won't be pretty, that's for sure.
Yes.
But might as well.
Okay.
I'll journey. I guess we'll all make our way back that way.
Mhm.
As
Away
you
we go.
start heading your way back towards the Capitol building, whether you're doing it at pace or with haste, you do see that a lot of people, civilians, people that were not taking part of the fight, are coming out of their homes, trying to attend to wounded soldiers or just wounded civilians that might have got caught in the crosshairs, whether on purpose or by accident. A lot of damage was taken on against many houses that are on the main pathway, whether intentional or not. Some of them got burned. Many civilians actually died in the process as well. But you're able to make it back to the Capitol building along with about 10 other soldiers as they start making their way back. Currently, compared to usual, because of the absence, the Capitol building itself, at least the part that you're allowed into, is relatively quiet. Almost like going back into a dorm room during spring break. You didn't go and everyone else did, kind of like that. It's, it's very quiet with only a few people around left.
Before we get all the way back, can we pick up our prisoner?
Yeah,
Oh yes.
we need to stop up. We promised that lady.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way back over to the female's place. Currently, right now, looks like the door is still closed, but the front door wasn't locked. She just locked her bedroom upstairs. You're able to get back in without a problem. It looks like nothing's really changed to the lower floor since you last came in and dropped off the guild member.
Are they-
Ma'am, we're coming to get this fella out of your hair. We really appreciate it. Looks like everything's done now. I think it's safe to come out.
You hear the unlocking of a clasp on the door, slowly opening it. Okay. We'll just hang out up here. Feel free to go retrieve your
We
your
totally
prisoner.
understand. You take care of your little lady there.
No, all right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll just okay, and then just kind of closes the door back up. You do still the lower shelter to the doors to the wine cellar are still locked. Doesn't look like the person escaped. If you do open it up, you do still see them still unconscious. Not too much time has passed since you've actually left them there. It's probably been like an hour. They're still very much unconscious. Almost actually
Need a
due
nice
to
nap.
the damage they've taken and the punch to the face. They do have a head wound that is still kind of pretty wet due to the blood.
We ought to patch this up.
Yeah, probably should have done that before we left him here. He's fine.
We had some priorities. Let's see, do I have? I don't think I have a healer's kit. Does anybody have a healer's
I'll
kit?
cast Cure Wounds on him.
Not cast cure wounds. Okay.
Yeah, so that is 1d8. Is my spellcasting modifier? I love when it doesn't tell me this shit. We're gonna say it's 5 total
The
hit points.
top of your spell section.
Yes, 5. There we go.
Okay.
D&D Beyond.
So patching up used a little bit of magic. He's still unconscious, but the blood has stopped. Even though it wasn't like terrible, you have at least stopped it from progressing and mostly used the ability to kind of like Cure Wounds' version of cauterize the wound. It's still there, but it's not going to continue bleeding. But he's still unconscious. He's still restrained. What would you like to do? Just
Flip him to
throw him over your shoulder? All
the
right.
brig. Yep.
All right. So
Hope somebody's in the brig that can take custody of him.
you
Or is a
head to the
stockade.
Capitol building and head over to the prison area, which is basically down a couple levels of the main floor. There is no current person right there. The person in charge was probably probably a switching shift, and they probably got thrown into the battle. But you do know the routine. There are some keys there. You can put them inside one of the cells. You just have to sign off in like this logbook that just says who's the person, who you are, your rank, so on and so forth. So you can just take the ink and quill and just fill out the information and essentially just lock them in.
All right. Schlep him into a cell and put him on the bunk or whatever's there and
Okay,
lock him up. We'll let someone else handle the logbook.
got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, Prismo.
I suppose we should probably see if anybody of authority is around.
We should.
It's nonsense.
Get some answers.
See what our next orders are gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If they want us to clear up this mess, or if they're gonna ship us out anywhere else.
Currently, as you get back up a couple floors to the main floor, you do see that a lot of the soldiers have returned. Seems like the major discussion now is what is the current movement ahead due to the absence of this was a big blow against essentially the military itself. Not only did it take out a big chunk of this section, taking into account that's not the whole military itself, but the ones that are here protecting the island. But they got away, or at least most of them did. You do hear that most likely while you were downstairs, it seems like Geneva, the conversation is that Geneva and Soma actually came back, and they're currently speaking to the king. And they're in a closed session with the king right now. Also, you do hear two names that are brought up.
at least the king's still around, right?
That's a good sign.
Wasn't he
Probably
like
going
elusive?
to have us do recruitment.
Also to imply the king has his own soldiers that aren't actually part of the military, so they wouldn't have actually gone into battle, so he would have been protected most likely, unless they were just that good.
We love paper bag notes.
Right? When I work, this is what I got. You know,
No, I love it. I love it.
Okay, so you hear two different names. One is a director, Lazard Churchill. And then you hear that there is current talks about Aegis.
Ooh.
Anything in particular
What are
about
they saying about him?
Yeah, is there any tea about him?
You all can give me a perception check to try to see how many details you guys can get out of the whole kind of hubbub that's going around right now.
14.
9.
Okay.
I'm using these
19.
dice.
Anybody got a 15 or higher, you can pick up enough information whether or not you want to actually look like you're trying to talk around and actually get some more, or you're just, keeping some good ears open. Couple things. Whether or not you knew before, Director Lazard Churchill is the director of the science division that gives all the missions directly to all the freelancers. And apparently he's here right now, talking directly with the king. Also, for some reason, it's not really brought up, but people are wondering if the director's here, where's Renard Tafton? Technically, Renard would speak to the king. He's a rank above Lizard. Lizard's essentially like next step down.
The tea is piping.
Next is Aegis. There's a couple things that are there's 3 things that are brought up. You don't really know which one's true. One is that the reason why they were able to get in was the only way that all these people could have entered in is with Aegis's help. No one could have broke through the defensive barriers of the area without help from a pretty high-ranking officer. Another thing that's brought up is that there's a possibility that he was actually here fighting with the female, the leader of the guild. And the only other thing that you're hearing is that there's possibly talks of missions of sending groups out to go find Aegis Severate and either kill him or bring him back. The last couple things that you're hearing around is kind of like an excitement. You're hearing a couple of people talk about whenever there's this many people lost, forced promotions have to happen to fill up for lost spots. And during times like this, sometimes if you're getting promoted, you can choose what you want to get promoted to, depending on like a rank choice. And I think that'd be it.
Well, I know Dira is going to go guard the prisoner for a while and wait for him to be ready to talk. Should we hit up the mess hall and see who our competition is if they're going to promote people?
Might be for the best.
I could eat.
Food is sounding really good too.
Alright,
It's
okay,
been a
you
long
ladies some
day.
food.
Side note, did we commit to a group name? A team
Yeah,
name kind of thing?
I think we committed to Horiath.
I think, yeah. I mean, I'm
Like
on
it.
board. I vote yeah. No.
Mhm.
I don't know. We didn't actually do a poll on it. I was just like, "Yeah, here's an idea,"
we're
and
good
y'all
at
just
it.
were like, "Yeah, it's good."
It works.
How's it pronounced?
Horiath.
Horiath? Alright.
I'll send it in the group chat again.
Da-da-da-da. We did it.
So
The
as
hardest part of D&D.
yeah, pretty much. As Dira heads downstairs to both wait for the prisoner to wake up, or just to wait for someone to essentially either take her spot, that's where she went. Most of the people, minus a few of the soldiers, plus a few soldiers that had to go to a medic station, are kind of with you in the mess hall right now. At this point, excuse me. The same communication that you got when this all started, you start seeing the normal hell butterflies pass by. A few of them hit the room that you're in due to the fact that there's a big group of you all there, so only 2 need to appear. Only 2 of them really need to show up. As you do hear, all guild members have been confirmed absent from the island, both on ground and high-level floor. Additional troops arriving in T-minus 10 minutes. For anybody who looks outside, you can actually see a much larger ship, almost kind of like a dreadnought class of an airship, kind of come in, made out of steel, and instead of it actually having a blimp kind of style to it, it looks like it's actually moving based on magic. It actually has what looks like when it lands, it looks like it actually has like its actual fins down, like legs, as a landing platform, but when it's up, they're actually up as fins, and the fins themselves glow with an arcane light. that almost lets it treat the
Fancy.
wind like it's water.
Right.
Compared to its size, this ship by itself is roughly about 3 times the size of the ship that you actually were on. It is quite large. As it lands, legitimately perches itself right on the landing platform, you start seeing several soldiers come off of different ranks. You would assume, based off of this, that it was a quick emergency thing to quick fill up as many empty positions as possible in case the guild members return. As you can see, about a good 100 plus soldiers are coming off, along with some commanders and generals. For anyone who's curious, no one here that's coming off it has any outside rank to the military. These are all regular military soldiers that do have to report to the general chain of command, not like Silic or anybody else that has a kind of a separate kind of status that they can do what they want.
Speaking of Silic,
Mhm.
Hey Dahlia, you might want to check on your friend.
Oh, yes. What time?
I actually passed him on the way up. I got the thumbs up. I mean, they were fighting a mass of people, but they said they were good to find you guys.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Well, that's a good sign. DM, what time is it right now currently?
It's about sunset. We're probably looking about 4.
Okay. I'm going to go with we're probably gonna rain check plans tonight. I just look at the group.
Eh.
I see 2 nods. Okay.
It sounds good.
We're just gonna do it. All right.
Okay, I will sending stone to Silic. Ring ring.
That's
Um,
you're just gonna say ring ring.
I'm always going to say ring ring unless
Okay.
it's an emergency that it's Mayday.
Oh,
Hope you are alive. Please respond. What you doing? I was gonna say question mark, but then I realized I don't have to say question mark. Alright, I'll just send that.
Okay. About 20 seconds pass. You did get a response back. Good to hear. Good to hear that you at least sound in decent condition. Everything is doing good down here. A couple people came down to take charge. It's a little weird down here, but I'm doing alright. Is there anything you needed? That's it.
Does anyone have any particular questions other than just if he's alive? Because he is alive. That's the good news.
Did he secure the perimeter? Are there
That's
enough
really
forces
safe.
down there?
Okay. I will respond to him and I will say 2 questions. Do you need assistance down there? And how do I ask this? Okay.
Is perimeter secure?
No, it's not that. Is the sanctuary of Soaring Flame okay? Just straight out there.
I've lost count. Don't go too fast.
So what was the second question? I kind of missed it.
Is the sanctuary of the Soaring Flame okay?
Oh, okay.
No context given. The true Dahlia way.
Okay. He responds back. I mean, like, no, we're all good down here. You just stay up there. It's they need everyone possible. A soaring flame, and then like it goes quiet, and he sends another message to you. Are you implying that you're making sure that the soaring flame like group is okay? And then he stops that message.
Good news, they don't need our help, which I would assume means perimeter is secured. Yeah, it was a great talk with Silic. And then I'm gonna respond back. Yeah, just the sanctuary. Was it under attack?
I'm gonna look at her like,
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to rephrase that because I'm a little confused. Tell one again.
Okay, when I respond to Silic, I just respond and say, no, the sanctuary. Was it affected?
The sanctuary?
Where her dad is?
yeah, where her father
We
is.
don't know that.
No, we don't.
Nobody has to know.
None of us know.
No.
But I don't think
When I
Silic.
cast
I don't think
Sending
Silic
Stone, I-
knows that.
No, he doesn't. I
No.
just... Yeah, no.
She's just
no.
asking a random question.
Yeah.
Hey,
so-
is this building?
I mean,
okay,
I can
so,
hack
like,
on
he
me,
responds-
I'm just curious.
He like responds back. It's like the sanctuary. I'm a little confused. I mean, you'll have to be more specific about what. I mean, most of the stuff is pretty good down here. I guess I can say I'm not quite sure what you're looking for, but not too much has been damaged.
I'm going to respond back and be like, okay, thanks. 'Cause I don't know what else to say. Let us know if you need anything.
Okay, we'll do. Yeah, I'll message you if I need anything. But I think for right now, you stay up there, I'll stay down here, and we'll eventually catch up.
We'll regroup tomorrow, potentially.
Sounds good.
Okay. Beep. And then I look at the others, and I look at Zephinia, in particular, and I'm like, hey, so like, side question, when you guys were on your way up here, how many buildings were like affected? Like
By the
were
attack?
they attacking everywhere? Like,
So they didn't like just go around town like attacking all over the place. They were trying to make a beeline straight to the capital. So they stayed on the main
Okay.
path. But due to battling, whether or not they're intentionally trying to attack civilians or not, a lot of the houses and businesses that are within like 100 feet of the main drag were affected some way, somehow. You know,
I mean,
rogue
like, there
spells
was a lot-
flying over the place, attacks, so on and so forth.
A lot of fighting and a lot of soldiers. I didn't really notice the building. So what about the sanctuary?
I just wanted to make sure that the sanctuary was okay. Just have a friend that's staying there. Just wanted to keep tabs on them.
Is it
I-
something we should go check out?
I might go later. No rush though. But remember, like, the cultists and that whole mission, yes, that's where like we got the 411. So that's who I was thinking of.
I wouldn't go alone right now. I'd take a battle buddy with you.
I mean, we
Okay.
could go if you want to.
Just so you don't go down there alone. I don't think any of us should be wandering alone right now.
Well, it could wait till tomorrow. You know, we've had a long day.
I'm gonna go grab a plate of food while we're talking and sit down. I'm just kind
I
of.
imagine we're just kind of like hovering behind her, making sure she's okay.
Yeah, like we're just like concerned parents over here.
My
I mean-
wings are like dragging on the ground right now. I'm
I mean-
so.
You both can give me an
Frazzled.
insight check on Zephinia to see if there's anything different or odd or any kind of
Oh,
like
yes,
weird side effects of being brought back.
You
Can
said
a side
insight?
thing
Yeah.
I be doing is giving her like every now and again, like eyeing her a little particularly hard.
Okay.
21.
21.
Okay, this was insight.
Insight.
Mm-hmm.
22.
22.
Nice.
Both pretty good checks. Without seeming too intrusive, you both notice that there is a, not like a personality difference, but almost like for Gaju, there's almost like a sense of like an aura difference. Like you can almost like sense like there's almost like a different feeling being near Zephinia. Not by personality purposes, but just like almost like she's a different kind of fighter now. Like, just because you are part barbarian, part druid, you would naturally be able to like kind of like sense like someone's internal fighting sense, essentially, and it feels different in some way somehow. Other than that, everything seems the same. As a cleric, Dahlia, you can sense that, like, Zephinia didn't really have magic before, and you never really sensed magic from Zephinia. Now you almost feel like there's, like, a well that's just ready to just fill up and explode of different kind of forms of arcane magic that's stuck within her.
And in thinking about it, she told me that it was Cocobio that came to her, but would I be able to tell looking at this type of magic if it was Cocobio? Like, would I understand that familiarity?
The only way to really give it a good, thorough look is to actually sit down with her and actually, like, use some kind of magic to determine it. Religion wouldn't get you there.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, if we had, like a detect magic or detect, like, a curse kind of thing like that, a spell, you could do maybe an Arcana check, but it'd be a really high DC. But anything less than that would not really get you there.
I will roll Arcana just in case.
Okay.
Just kidding, it's a 4. So that's out of the question.
Yeah, I mean, you do know that magic is there where it wasn't there before. But you've never really, whenever you try to communicate to Cocopio, and the one time when you actually saw her in the more evilish form in the underground area, you never really tried to actively feel her magic. You just knew the feeling of Cocopio.
Okay.
I will definitely say that at the bare minimum, when you were channeling energy into Zephinia through another source, it did not feel like a Cocopio. It felt like a stranger was giving you a helpful hand.
Okay. I will probably be pondering that, which is maybe why I'm giving her very random, strange look. And I'm trying not to stare, but it might not be very polite. As we hover over her.
Do I feel any different?
You can give me an insight check on yourself.
Okay.
16.
16.
It's hard to tell. I mean, you've never actually died before and got brought back. This is all new to you. As far as feeling different from yourself, you do feel a mix of almost having a weight on your shoulders, but almost a lightness on your soul. You feel like something is like hanging on to you, but less stress having to deal with it. You just don't know what it is.
I'm gonna look at the other two just hovering over me. I'm alive. I'm fine. I'm not just gonna drop dead in front of you guys. Okay. You can go get some food. I
Are you
promise.
feeling okay? Like, do you feel any different? Do you want to sit down for a second? Do you need to talk about? Do you need some space?
Dahlia.
I mean, a little bit of space would be nice since she's like sitting right here, staring at me.
Oh, okay. And I take a single step back.
I look and then I go back to eating.
Okay.
Uh, um, and
Seriously,
I guess
guys,
I'll
I feel
grab
okay.
myself.
If you say so, but just know that you can tell us if something's wrong. You know, maybe we can help you out and reach out to that god again, and you know, like.
I'll let you guys know if anything's odd, but no, I'm alive. I'm here. I feel fine.
Okay. Still standing here looking at her.
I stop
I'm
eating
kinda
and I
like-
just
I kind of like grab Dahlia by the collar and like, come on, let's grab food.
All right.
Okay,
give
and now
So,
I go.
so you guys walk away from Symphony and give her space.
Yeah.
A little bit of space, but also grab food and then come back. Give her like 5 minutes to breathe.
The line is pretty busy to get food. Everybody's pretty hungry right now, so you're kind of stuck in line for a little bit. But yeah, you walk away, gives Symphony space. At this point, people are kind of moving around. People are kind of checking in on each other. Everybody sees that there's a couple of medics that are kind of going around and just, checking to make sure, checking eyes, making sure that no one has a concussion or no one is kind of like hiding the fact that they need to actually go over to to like an emergency room or anything like that. Gaju, you and Dahlia go over to get some food. People are moving around. Sophia, as you're eating some food, female, wearing the regular military garb like yours, but she has the medic uniform on, which is greens and whites instead of blues and browns. She comes over by. She looks relatively human, maybe an Azamar. She has no wings, but she definitely has tattoos like an Azamar. And she's got like the silverish white hair that is pretty accustomed to like fallen Azamar. As she comes over by, hair kind of tied up, sits down by you. How you feeling?
like I told my comrades, I am fine.
Well, if you don't mind, I just need to do my due diligence.
I roll my eyes and turn, give her my full attention.
Okay.
Here I am.
Okay, she just kind of like looks at you, stares at you. All right. She kind of like grabs your palm, checks the pulse. Looks at you. Sophia, give me a perception check.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
12?
12. While you're being checked, you're kind of like looking around like, this is boring. You start to notice, like you're like, this is what's got you and Dahlia doing. For some reason, everyone is aimed in a different direction from you. Even Dahlia and Gaju. No one's looking your direction. Like, it's kind of odd. And everybody's kind of giving you like a 20-foot berth. It doesn't look like on purpose, but looks like almost like there's a don't come in this direction kind of a thing. As she eventually puts your hand down, looks at you. As you just start to feel the room get darker and darker. As she just lays her hand gently on yours. So,
What are you doing?
we need to talk about this deal.
Oh, do you know about this deal?
She just... I mean, we did sign a contract.
Copial?
Uh, no. No. No, I'm sorry. Just gently rest both hands on yours. I'm Luna. I don't know who Kakopil is, but my name's Luna. Don't think of this as anything bad. But I felt an urgency to help, and I helped. But think of this as I want to know what I kind of bought. As you can tell she has a very gentle way of talking, a very lighthearted expression. As far as you can tell right now, there is no danger to be had at the moment. She kind of sits, cross her legs, very ladylike. As now, while no one else is looking, her outfit kind of looks more elegant. Almost like she was wearing this to kind of disguise herself from the rest of the group. As her skin turns a little more pale. Not like dead pale, but what you would recognize as now looking more Aasimar-ish. Skin more white, tattoos kind of more exposed, as you see her tattoos are almost platinum silver. Kind of curling around the eye. It's like a long string tattoo. It starts off right at the eyelid and kind of curls around a few times, then it kind of stretches out like a war symbol on her brow that kind of like drops on the side of her neck, and that accentuates the breast area, chest bone, comes down and just kind of moves along with her figure. As almost like every time she changes her positions, cross her legs one time, moves her shoulders, it almost looks like the tattoo itself almost kind of modifies itself to move with her figure like a dress. So, this is... I'll be honest, this is new to me. I've been embarrassed to say, I think I've been absent for a while. This is odd. I don't know what this is. Can you give me a little bit of info? I don't know. I mean, I know you're Zephinia. I'm pretty sure the person who's contacting me was your friend Dahlia. But this is not the world I remember.
You are the one that saved me?
Yeah. It's been a while since anybody's contacted me. I've been kind of in isolation for a long time. I don't really know how long. It's think of it for my kind, it's almost like a sleep. We don't know how much time has passed until someone contacts us, and it's been a little bit, and this is definitely a different world than I last saw through any of your eyes. So she almost looks kind of scared of the area she's in, almost like someone who's been sheltered all their life, and then they walk outside and now they see how busy the world is and how scary it can be. As she's just kind of shaken, she kind of... Please excuse me. Yeah, this is just a little odd for me.
Yeah.
Well, my father always taught me that, you only expect to give some information if you give some. Trust must be earned, so I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, I am Luna. Luna Veramont. I mean, I was one of the guardians of this realm. I'm sure it seems like a lot of time has passed. You might not have heard of me. But I was the god of the sky. And I don't want to... I'm not trying to boast here, but I was one of the many creators that created your realm. I don't mean any harm. I don't want you to feel like you're kind of in a rough position because I didn't really ask for anything yet. I'll be honest, what I really want is some freedom. I can't walk around in this realm. It's just, I don't have the ability to. But I can at least look through you now. However, that might work in the future. I don't know. My magic feels different here. Almost... It's hard to say. It's almost as if someone's using my power here already. It's like I can't access it. But I'm sorry. You're Zephinia. You're an Azamar, I can tell. But I'm sure you have a story of your own. You can tell it to me at your own pace. I just want you to let you know that you can trust me. But I just want you to let you know that this is not a problem that you need to worry about. I'm not trying to harm you.
Can I look around and see if anybody else is looking at us? Like I'm looking around like, does anybody notice this? I try and make Dahlia's eye contact.
If you're actively trying to look around, you could give me an investigation check.
That would be 5.
I mean, actively looking around, I mean, it is how it was before. It's almost like as soon as she presented herself to you, everybody had the instinct to just look in a direction that's opposite of you. It doesn't seem like they're trying to avoid you. It just looks like maybe her presence is not invisible. It's just no one's allowed to see her. So everybody instinctively looks away.
I've never really had any contact with the gods. I've never really put much thought into them. Why come to me? Why show yourself now if what you've said you haven't been here for ages? Why me?
It's hard to say. It feels like 1 minute I don't want to make it sound in a certain way, but it was like 1 minute I had millions of voices in my head, and then all of a sudden it just went quiet. I mean, to me, time is irrelevant. I don't know how much has passed, but to you, it's probably been a long time, and due to expression on your face, I'm assuming you don't know who I am, so I guess it's been at least a couple 100 years. You must understand, as a god, if people don't know about me, I can't commune. So when your friends just opened up for anybody to help, it was almost like it was my first person talking to me in a long time. So I felt guilty to say, almost like it was almost like she was calling to me. And I had to take it for both my benefit and yours.
And what is the price for me coming back? What do you want?
Not to sound evasive, but I don't know yet what I want. For right now, I am here to guide you with what little I can as far as a helpful companion. But until I really know what this world has turned into, I don't know yet what I want. But I will let you know when that time comes around. And but it will take some time.
What were you in the past?
I was the god of the sky.
And what does that truly mean? Were you friend of us on the ground, friend of those us in the sky?
Oh, yeah, I
Did you
mean,
want to take over?
no. I mean, my family created this realm, and we stood by to be your guides as you got older and watched, while also many of you used us as sources to gain magic. But that's clearly a different time. You all have evolved since then. I'm guessing thousands of years. I wish I could give you more information, but the time gap doesn't necessarily help me either. I'd like to say that we could help each other answer this question. I mean, I'm not trying to be evasive from you. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, my family was here first. We created the realm, and we created many. We had many children that took over, and then I just don't remember anything after that until hearing your friend's call.
And you're trying to patch the missing pieces in your life as well.
Yeah, I need to know what's happened, but I feel like I have a lot of a long time of years to go through. I mean, based off of just seeing what I've seen through your eyes in the past set of minutes, I mean, the world is different. And I'm not saying different of hundreds of years. You must have progressed thousands.
I can't promise I can do much to help, but you should at least know who you are, what happened. I can promise I'll try and help. And try and help you fill those missing gaps. Will you be there again if I'm ever in need?
I mean, I'll be with you. I mean, no one else knows about me, so I'm here. If you need my help, I can assist. I mean, I can't physically help you. My power is extremely limited. Think of me as a think of me as just a second voice. I can't physically help you in any way, but I can at least answer whatever I can to assist you in any way I can. Until I start gaining back some of my powers, which would be kind of tough. I mean, gods don't usually have any energy without people knowing about them. I mean, the gods' biggest weakness is for people to forget about them, and it seems like people have forgotten about me. So it'll take some time, but I can definitely help you. This is a back and forth, and I'll do what I can to assist you as long as you can assist me in the same.
I know some of my team members are more knowledgeable in the gods than I am. I can work with them and try and find out what happened to your missing memory.
I mean, if you want to tell them, you can. I'll be honest. The main reason why I decided to really help more than anything, other than the fact that it was the first voice I heard in a long time, but it's nice to be able to help someone who can't help themselves out with magic. The more people who knows about magic, the more it's possible someone's going to want this power for themselves. I would be careful who you tell. If there is some information about who I am, I can have a lot of power. I don't have it yet, but just be careful.
They brought me back. I'd like them to know.
Well,
If you're hesitant.
No. I mean, it's completely up to you. I'm sorry. The absence of time is making me a little defensive. If you trust your friends to tell them about me, I mean, obviously it's very little information you can tell them, but I have no problem with it.
I'll do what I can to help. I'll do what I can to bridge the memories that you cannot remember.
I appreciate that. As she kind of just stands up, as you can kind of see, her hands are kind of shaking and she's focused. She's like, "I'm sorry, I'm running out. I need to focus. Give me a little bit. I need the rest, but I'll be with you." As she starts slowly disappearing, as you start noticing that now people start moving around in your direction, and everything goes back to normal.
I'm just gonna kind of sit there for a moment and look around and kind of see if anybody else saw the medic that was by me, and kind of poke my food and see if it's cold at this point, of how much time has passed.
It's been like 10 minutes. It'd be warm, but not at the level maybe you had it at before. It wouldn't be hot.
I am not even gonna wait for the other two to get back. I'm just gonna kind of stand up and go to Yield Records room.
Yield Records room.
And look for anything on Luna. Because I'm a little weirded out at this point.
Okay. Without any acknowledgement to your team, you get your way over. For Dahlia and Gaju, give me a perception check to see if you can notice that she randomly just left.
Perception.
Uh-huh.
One of these days I'll have it memorized. That is a 11.
11.
This is 6. I don't know what Gaiju is talking about right now, but I'm just super interested.
Yeah. Yeah, and both of you, you won't notice that she's missing until you finally get your food, which at this point, you got about a minute before you finally turn around and are going to walk in that direction. So she's going to get a little bit head start on you. Dira, so
Yes.
you are down over in the prison, in the jail, a couple floors down. You do see one of the female soldiers come down. She's wearing a helm. She takes it off. She kind of dusts off some of her... sorry about that. I was grabbing some other ones as you kind of hear like several steps coming down, people coming down the steps. Come on, bring them in. As you see it, there's like about 20 different guild members all shackled up together, like on one chain, all like cuff to cuff to cuff.
I guess we didn't need so much worry about taking care of keeping this one.
Oh yeah, was there
We caught him pretty early on, just outside the gates of the first ring.
Oh, okay. Well, I got it from here. Unless there's something you needed.
No, I just wanted to make sure that somebody was taken over.
Well, you should probably head back up. I heard that they're going to make some announcement soon,
Oh,
and
well, thank you.
yeah. We got it from down here. I'll
Appreciate
send
it.
someone to you if something happens.
Yeah, I think we put him in the logbook there. So
Okay,
good to see
beautiful.
you.
All right. Well, have a good one. I gotta
You
get back
too.
to,
Good as we can.
Yeah. So you head back up. Sophinia, heading over to the Ye Olde Records room. Currently, right now, due to the absence of a lot of soldiers, the records room is currently not being used. It looks like it was being used before the battle happened, so there is some books that are out, pages that are open. What are you looking for in the records room specifically? Like, how are you going to try to figure this out?
I am not the smartest, so I am just looking for anything that says Luna or Forgotten Gods,
Okay.
because that's where my mind is.
You can give me an intelligence check to try to figure out where to start. This is a large, double-floored room.
17.
17. You decide you're going to make it to, gods section, and you do figure out that there is a what is called old gods section. Most of it is mostly about the gods of the previous realm, gods that most people know of, but perished after the Plague King died and replaced by the current gods, which at the time were considered new gods. Give me an investigation check to see if you can figure out if you can find any books that predates those. 8. It is a lot to go through. How much time do you want to commit to it?
I would probably commit at least an hour, because I'm a little weirded out on this, and I'm just focused on finding out anything I can about her.
All right, then give me one more investigation check to commit to that hour of time. 7. Okay, we'll get back to you because that hour is we're gonna go through some other people at that time. Back to Dahlia and Gaju. Minute has passed. You get your food, and you notice. You walk back over to the table. You look around. Zephynia is not in the mess hall.
Did she leave her tray, just sitting there?
Yeah.
Ollie almost drops her tray, and she's like, this is what happens when they say they're fine, and they're not fine!
I think she just needs her time.
What if she poofed? What if she's gone forever?
I poofed.
You leave her alone for a little bit. She just disappears like you never actually brought her back. Did we even really bring her back?
She was never actually there.
Just an audible pop.
And all of a sudden, smack! You wake up and you find out you never actually saved Zephynia.
She came back.
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Oh boy.
I knew there was something weird about that. God, I just don't have a good feeling about this, and now she's gone. I feel like we should go look for her just to make sure she's okay, just for the first 24 hours to make sure.
Okay, so you're gonna look for her?
I think she needs more time. So, give her some space, and maybe we'll check on her tonight.
Okay. Fine. Okay. If she poofed, I swear.
Okay.
I doubt she flaked on us.
She left her food here. She was in an emergency. That pasta looks really good. You
You're making it so hard to say in character.
Dear, at this point, you would make your way up to the mess hall. You do see Dahlia and Gaju sitting down. Dahlia almost in a frant, kind of like freaking over some food. You're unsure about the current situation.
It's
You all
I'm like
right?
touching
What's
it.
going
And
on?
I'm like, is it cold? Like, did you wonder if it made her
What's
sick?
the matter? Dahlia, you okay?
We left for like 10 minutes to go get some food, and Zephania was just gonna be right here, and she needed some space. We gave her some space, and then she took more space. She's gone. I don't know where she is.
I didn't see her, but maybe she's.
And he's saying I shouldn't freak out, but I'm kind of freaking out. Like I
I understand freaking out, but I don't, I don't see any ashes on the chair or anything. I'm sure she's fine. Maybe she just went to the. Maybe there was nature called. Who knows? Or she remembered something she needed to do. It's understandable. She's a little distracted.
Okay. How long do we wait until we start to panic?
Well, you're
Yeah,
already
really?
panicking, so I think that's kind of a moot point.
What did Gaiju say too?
At least a few hours.
A few hours.
Yeah.
Okay. It will be cool.
So
If she ain't back in the barracks this evening, then we go look for her. How's
okay.
that?
Okay.
So we'll start off for the first hour. The three of you, what do you want to do during the first hour?
Sit down. Try not to panic.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess shovel through our food and go from there. I know somebody mentioned something to Dira about an announcement soon, so I don't know if that takes place within the hour or.
Oh right. The guard at the prison said something about they're making some big announcement soon.
Oh,
I guess we should be where we can hear that.
I do have tea to spill eventually.
I imagine they'll do it through the butterflies. But we'll probably need to be here for it.
Probably.
I don't want to go anywhere anyway.
Wasn't
I don't want to do
bad.
much of anything right now.
Would we know where this announcement would probably be held, or
No,
whatever?
I mean, technically, other than Dira just being told by the guard that there was an announcement going on, the only other way you would know that something's going to happen is based on rumors.
Okay.
And that's a rumor.
Yeah. So, currently, right now, everybody's talk. The most common denominator is that something is going to happen that's going to be announced from either the king or the head soldiers. What will happen? You guys have several answers. None of them could be correct. Some of them could be. All of them could be. You don't know. But it seems like the most common thing right now is that if you're within the Capitol building, they're kind of recommending that people stay there. Just for the fact is they're trying to support the numbers in the actual the island before they start reallocating people to either the current position or different positions to kind of like pull everybody together, then re-separate them to fixed numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm not sure how much care. I just hope we get a night's sleep before they send us somewhere else.
Just
You go clean
there,
up.
Probably a good idea.
I imagine Gaiju just looks down at his uniform and there's just a bunch of slashes and stuff from the fights, and it's just I need
Same.
another uniform.
I think we all need another uniform.
They're all just erect.
Bloodied and tattered and just
And I'm, below half health, so
Okay.
yeah.
I'm just going to sit there quietly, and then is anybody going to get up to leave?
I don't think
No,
Dira's
just
going to take
chilling.
any initiative to do anything right now. She's just kind of sitting, and if there's talking, she will respond, but just kind of vegging right now.
How long has it been since the fight started? Or the explosion?
About an hour. Well, since the explosion, it's been roughly about 4 hours. Since
Okay.
the end of the battle, about an hour.
Okay. So I've got a few. I've got a little bit. Well, ladies, I think I need to clean up. So,
Yeah.
tell
We
you
should do
what,
that.
we all go clean up, and how about this? I'll make you all tea.
That sounds wonderful.
All right. See you in like an hour or something.
See you then.
Okay.
Are you both getting up?
I am.
Something on
Okay.
your mind?
What's wrong?
I'm just going to blurt out. I don't think that was Cacovial that she talked to that brought her back. And I'm just saying, something's been off since she's been back. And Dara, have you seen anything by chance? Please say yes, so I'm not crazy.
I have not seen anything at all.
Oh.
I want to get cleaned up before I go to the temple, but maybe we can do that after. Just for a little bit. Before we go to Gotchi's to Gotchi's room.
We could. I'm just very worried about her. That's all.
I understand that, but I don't know what else to do.
Okay. Just going to get quiet.
She's a grown woman. And weird shit's been happening. Weird shit's been happening to all of us. She's got to find her own way to deal. We'll help as we can.
Just
But
scared
I think
about-
first order of business is just get cleaned up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we are a wreck.
All right, ladies. I'll see you later. And Gaiji's gonna get up and kind of like pat Dahlia on the shoulder of just like, hey, it's gonna be okay, and then walk off.
She's just going
Okay.
to quietly leave, I think, on her own as well.
Yeah. Just stick by her. Stick by Dahlia.
Okay.
We'll get cleaned up.
Yeah. Just gotta open the tunnel for her.
Sophinia. So with an hour that you spent and unfortunately a low investigation rolls, the only book that you find doesn't specifically name Luna, but does go for... It's a book that kind of you've heard about. It's not super rare. It's mostly held into some of the bigger libraries. The book essentially goes over theories of the realm before history books, since it's been kind of proven by certain historians that the there's things that just weren't recorded. Like all of a sudden we were just there, gods existed and stuff like that. But when they kind of like took back stuff, like certain things just predated the first date. And this book kind of goes over stuff that's like, we're missing history. We're saying that there was a year one, but clearly there was something before that. You assume that she belongs to this timeline, some year before history was written for this realm. You do know that there has been a lot of historians and mages coming out with knowledge saying they spent lifetimes of research essentially figuring out that we must be in the third age, not the second age. There has to have been an age before. This book is kind of like showing that most likely she's from that age. It's kind of bringing up that for some reason, if this is true, mortals have for some reason forgot about that age. Not like all of a sudden, history just lost the books. It's almost as if this actually did happen, for some reason, something happened that forced all non-gods to forget about the original first age. And if that was a thing, any of the gods that existed only then, they would have been forgotten about and then therefore disappeared to time because no one would have known their name. you assume she's one of those. There's not too much proven history about. With only this one book, there's no like history that you can find in it that would essentially tell you, like who the original gods were, how many gods actually created the realm, if that first age was the first age and they were the ones that actually created the realm, or if it was something else. It's kind of like the Big Bang Theory for us. Was the realm created, or was it like a realm of another realm? No one really knows. It's just like a theory of another theory. But this is the most concrete thing you've found so far, even though you just technically started. But that would essentially be putting an hour into it. That's all you could really find with spending about an hour and using those 2 investigation checks that you have used.
I'm gonna close the book in frustration.
Okay.
And I have done all the learning that I want to do today. Can I take the book with me?
I mean, you do know that the books can't necessarily just be like taken. They usually need to be checked out. You could sign it out, but they're really supposed to be brought back within 24 hours, so it's really up to you.
Can I just sneakily take it?
Okay. I mean, there's no one there, so you don't have to like do a stealth check or anything like that. But there will be like an absence of a book if someone else looks for it, kind of like that. But the place is still kind of a mess, so you swipe with the history book.
I kind of shuffle some books around so it makes it look like it's just a mess. Somebody misplaced it.
Sure.
And then I take the history book back with me and realize I'm kind of hungry because I never finished my food.
Okay.
And I'm going to head back to the mess hall.
Okay, so you head back to the mess hall. You do notice that a lot of the soldiers have finished eating. Some of them have moved over into like the more of the inner section for like a lot of soldiers to have like a break time, the inner rest area, and that your group is not there anymore, but you can go get some food, and at least get some fresh new hot food to eat.
Go get that pasta.
Do that, eat my pasta, and then head back to the room to clean up.
Okay. At this point, you're about like 5 minutes eating their food, and everybody who's like, if you're not within like 50 feet of another person, there's a hell butterfly that comes into your area, since their range of announcement only affects about 50 to 60 feet. Telepathically reaching to those people, to everyone who's in the Capitol building, and some people that are out just on the island. Special announcement: due to the recent events, we'll be having a special session take place. All military soldiers must be present that aren't already set up at their duties. Please meet in the King's Hall in 30 minutes.
And I really quickly finish up my food and go to get freshened up.
Okay. This would, as everybody's just kind of like, if you don't have a high enough rank, you're not even allowed to see the king. So this would be like the first time for like 90% of you to actually even be able to walk into the King's Hall. And they're allowing everybody to come in. So you go back to go get freshened up. All of you, I'm assuming right now, are getting freshened up and cleaned. Okay.
Definitely glad we decided to do that.
For this.
By the way, a couple hours have passed. You all can take a short rest if you want to.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh,
None of you did
I
strenuous
forgot how
work.
beat up I was.
Would that count as a... Oh, never mind.
So if you want to use hit die, you can. If you have any abilities that recharge due to a short rest, you can, but short rest.
Why didn't it? Darn it. That's not what I wanted you to do.
Okay, so, I actually don't know how to do short rests.
Okay, so short rest, you can just click on your hit die to roll them. Are you
Okay.
asking how to do on D&D Beyond or how to actually operate a short rest? to operate a short rest?
Considering I'm used to only trances,
Okay, so short rest. So what you can do during short rest, if you have any abilities that get affected by short rest, those abilities come back. If you need health, you can apply hit die, roll those hit die, and actually heal yourself for them. So you are a barbarian druid. I think you're. Was it? You're just one level of barbarian, or what? I think
1 level of barbarian.
Okay, so you should have like 1d12 plus like 5d8s or something like that on there.
Okay. Do I roll?
You roll any one of them that you want. You don't have to roll them all at once. You can just roll one, see what it is. Apply the health. If you feel like you need more, keep rolling them. You don't have to just say, I roll 5. You can just keep clicking them until you get the desired amount of health you need. The only thing about short rest is that you don't get those hit die back until you get a long rest. So once they're gone, they're gone.
Makes sense.
So everyone... Oh, let me wait for Symphony to come back.
Sweet.
Can we wear our casual clothes like to the hall, or like should we put on a uniform?
We should probably put on uniforms.
You would assume you'd have to put on your uniform.
Do we have extra uniforms?
You all would have. You would all, because you're a part of the military, you would all have technically 3 uniforms, all matching.
Okay.
So. Yep.
I sigh.
Well,
Put
now
back
I
on
have
pants
2.
again.
Who's got mending?
No one. Yet.
Oh, mending? I have mending. Oh.
I'm sure there's like a quartermaster that we can go to and say, so this happened.
Can I mend my uniform?
Yeah, you can mend it.
I mend my uniform.
Okay.
I'm like, yes! Success. Is she's not in the barracks right now, is she, Zephinia?
Yeah, she would have headed back to her room.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we'd all be like coming out around the same time again.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Subscribe to the nerdy playbook. I almost said murder.
The Murdy playbook?
Murdy playbook. We're very murdy.
I'm so tired.
I will say that you are in a great mood for the situation you're in. Most people would just be like, fuck life, I'm out, kind of like that.
Right?
We're too broke.
Yeah.
Literally. Don't you dare type that.
Parrot!
I feel like I missed something and I'm right here.
I heard a squawk. It sounded like a parrot.
Alright, so you all get changed, clean up, take your short rest, and all decide to head back over to the entrance to the King's Hall. Which, to let anybody know, King's Hall is at the north section. So you would essentially just take the east side and just move up to north. You do notice that compared to usual, usually the war/science hall in the center is normally accessible at all times. For some reason right now, all the doors are shut and closed, inaccessible to anyone to enter. But you head over to King's Hall as many other soldiers are there. Some of them, it looks like some people are politicians. Some people are people who are soldiers who have been on leave for a little while, so they don't have a room anymore, but they came in since they're technically in the island. As you do see no one that you guys recognize, but person wearing a similar uniform to you, but he does have a badge for general on as he walks up in front of the door. Has a couple great axes that are on his side. He's a pretty broad fellow, big beard, very barbarian kind of style. As he kind of straightens up his suit. All right, everyone, calm down. A couple rules that we need to do before we enter in. I was just told up by higher ups. So this is going to be the first time for many of us to enter into the King's Hall. Please, everyone, stay in your rank. If any of you are in groups, please stay together. Most likely for a bunch of you, this will just be an announcement. For some of you, maybe something will happen. For anybody who's heard the rumors around, a lot of people, positions will probably change. Things will probably happen, which is why we're all here. For anybody who sells weapons on you, please make sure that you keep them sheathed. If you have any magic, please do not use it in the halls. And whatever you do, do not interact with the soldiers directly. So all of a sudden, he just takes these big, huge golden doors and just pushes them open. As you see this long, grand hallway of white marble stone and a long emerald rug. At first off, with the light coming in, as you see that like the far wall is just big stained glass windows. It almost kind of like you gotta kind of, almost like wake up in the morning getting sunlight right in your eyes. You almost gotta kind of like pull yourself back a little bit as the light's a little hitting you too much with the stained glass in front of it. The room itself, from the front doors to the stained glass, is roughly about 200 feet. It's about 3 floors high, but the 3 floors are wrapping around. When you're walking in, the whole entrance, the whole main area is actually 3 floors just tall, as there are chandeliers of gold and silver every 50 feet, marble pillars holding up the side hallways of the 3 floors. Every 5 feet, big, huge murals that reach from ceiling to floor of unknown faces to you. Some of them might look recognizable, but you don't really know the names. Some of them are high-ranked politicians. Some of them are maybe soldiers that have passed that maybe left their mark on the trade. And at the end, there are a mural of 3 people. One is the king. King Oberyn Sarah. Has him when he's young. Black hair, very trimmed beard, very nice suit, like a long black draped coat with a fitted black vest and shirt with a cravat tie. And then pictures on the left and right, one of the prince, Reva Sarah. Straight blonde hair, kind of like very, very feathered back, wearing a very similar outfit but more in whites and golds. And then one that you would all know about but have rarely seen pictures of is what is called the Lost Mother, the wife to the king and the mother of the prince, but no one has ever seen her before, just heard about her. You see a picture of this female with beautiful whitish blonde hair, draped down silky, that kind of like partially drapes behind her and in front of her, wearing this gold and ruby dress that almost kind of frills up at the collar and just kind of cuts down at the breast line and just kind of waves itself down as a very eccentric dress with some gold accents of belts and gloves on. But she is not physically there. You just see the picture. In the distance, you do see the soldiers that are specifically the honor guard for the king. All of them hold lances, gold-tipped, silver poles, all dressed up in full steel armor, helm, body, gloves, torso, belt, everything like that. You can't really see much of their skin. Kind of designed very Roman. You can kind of see like the slit around their mouth, but that's pretty much it. As they're all standing there, about 6 on each side, you're walked in. You're basically supposed to, the general stops you about 10 feet behind the line of where they are on each side. About 50 feet away from the king, as he's about halfway up. The steps lead him up to the second floor as he's sitting in this big throne. There's a chair to his left. There's a chair to his right. Looks like the chair to his right is meant to be for the mother. The chair to the left is supposed to be for the son. You do see that the prince is sitting there. The king is sitting in his spot, but he is much older now. Grayed out hair. Beard is a little bit longer, less maintained, but still very elegant. For anybody's curious, they are both human. He still seems spry as far as his posture. The way he's sitting in his chair is still properly sitting up. He doesn't have any slack. Wearing the same outfit as in the picture. The prince is just kind of tapping it with impatience. You would know rumors about the prince. The prince himself is very much the party boy that wants to just can't wait to inherit his throne. The two other people that you've never seen before that aren't seated but are at the sides of the king. One is a soldier, partially draped, kind of more of a druid kind of clothing, a lot of skin showing, has like a bone helm on. I'll actually pull up her character because I did have her made. I'm sorry, it's not actually her. The person I'm sorry, I got confused. The person you see is actually wearing golden and silver armor, fully plated. I just got my lords separated.
Ooh, that's fancy.
You see a paladin-styled, red-haired warrior standing at side, giving commands to the honor guard. The other person on the other side that's almost kind of like resting her hands gently on the king's right hand looks like an oracle, fully draped in a black cloak, but very flattering, fitted to the body. When it goes down to about the thighs, it kind of spreads out. You know, a very expensive cloak designed to fit her figure properly. As she shifts her legs, the drape moves with her hips. The cloak itself drapes down as she looks at you. It's almost like you can see that she looks through the actual drape, even though you can't see her eyes. All you can see of her figure is the pale skin that's being shown, and the long drapes of silver hair hanging from the hood itself, as the hair looks too long to be kept inside the clothes, as it's almost draping past her rib line. Braided in certain spots, feathered in other spots. Very glamorous for someone who's trying to hide a lot of her figure. As the female soldier steps up further, she's all right. I want to congratulate everyone who has made it thus far. This was a tough battle, very much unexpected. Some of you lost friends, brothers, sisters, fathers, sons. But you're here, you have succeeded. But the time's only going to get tougher. For any of you who do not know me, I am Avray, one of the 4 lords that dictate this realm. I am also the right hand of the king. She just rests one of her hands on the king's shoulder. Not to put weight on it, but to just almost kind of like show her importance that she can touch him without having any kind of threat.
Flex.
As some of you look up, you do see on the second floor, there's a few people that are hanging out on like a balcony area. You see Geneva watching from one side, someone watching from another, and another person. Human. Looks like some kind of mixed race, but you can't figure out what. He does seem to have some kind of altered features from a human, but you can't really discern from it. But he's wearing a very, very nice suit. We're going to get right onto the business at hand. Everyone make sure that your weapons are sheathed. Spells are not at hand. And we'll proceed. She just steps back. Puts her weapon outside. As the king steps up. Lifts himself up with straight posture. Straightens out his suit. I welcome you all to the King's Hall. I understand times are tough, but I appreciate all of your duteousness to the cause at hand. For any of you who do not know, my oracle, my lord, my son. Soma, Geneva, and our director. We're going to be moving people around and giving some people a little more leeway to help fit in with some roles. Normally, we would not do this, but myself as king are going to make this happen as he starts twisting the ring on his finger. He starts calling off names of teams, so on and so forth, names of individuals, having moved around to different spots. Some of you have heard of, some of you haven't. As some of them are being moved to different spots of the group, you see some of them are being pushed a little bit forward due to their new rank, some of them being pulled backwards due to demotion. Maybe they more or less hid, and they were found out that they hid during the battle. Or some of them maybe fell victim to some of their team doing some things. You find out some of the actual teams took advantage of thievery during the mix. Some of the teams are being called upon to the Freelancer Institute. This king steps up. As many of you know, we do have a special program of soldiers that get trained under very specific circumstances, that get to do very specific missions. During these trying times, we believe that this is the best time for us to bolster that program. As it calls down a few names, including your team. Team, I'm going to say it right, Harith? Is that how it's pronounced?
Hariath.
Hariath. As the director steps down, walks in front of you, as he opens for 3 teams, opens up this treasure chest, lifts it up, pulls out these insignias, looking very similar to the insignias that Silic has. Just without like a stripe that he has on his, as he plants one at each one of your lapels. Nothing will happen immediate. You'll be sent more instructions from Soma and from Geneva. But know that you can have at least a day to rest, relax, and take care of your affairs, as he's talking to all 3 teams. Pack up your stuff. You'll be shipping out in the next 2 days. He mentions to a couple teams of what they've acquired, telling them that they can have what they found. Comes over to your team. So you were the ones that took care of the... I want to make sure I call it correctly. The Moonlit Dream. Due to your rank, if you want it, it is yours. Our gift to you as part of your rank promotion.
We appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
I think that's the ship.
Yes, that's the ship.
It's the ship, Dira.
Thank you.
As in front of all the teams, as this is the last time that they're doing anything, they pull up another table, bring up some weapons, start handing them out to different people. As to your team, you're handed out 2 sets of 2 different kind of weapons. Separate to whoever wants them. Both upgraded versions of Aberrant weapons. One is the Aberrant Dagger. 2 of them. And the other one is 2 of the Aberrant Swords. They're all decorated as silver-bladed gold hilts with the Aberrant insignia on the guard. Closes the chest in front of the 3 teams, pushes them to you. Decide amongst yourselves. King steps up again. Again, I appreciate everyone for their due diligence. Protecting the area is to the utmost importance. But now we must focus on working outward. We will not treat this as war, but we must take care of defending. And from there on, we must figure out if offense is the better defense. Let's twist his ring again. That will be all. As Soma and Geneva walk down along with the director and start walking you all out. The doors close behind you. All of you give me perception checks.
I can't tell what that is. I'm gonna just use a different dice because I genuinely don't know what that is. Use a perception.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 13.
13.
10.
Oh, I'm sorry, what are we rolling?
Perception.
Perception.
Say less. I can...
5.
Oh.
8? Whoa.
Oh dear.
We're a real perceptive bunch right now.
Right?
It's been a day. Can't blame
It
us.
has been a
It's
day.
been a really hard day. We're also flabbergasted that we got a ship.
Yeah, exactly. We got a whoop.
Oh,
The moonlit
So-
dream.
None of you really notice anything as you're being walked out. As you head over into the main lobby, Soma and Geneva mentioned to everyone. All of you have your new assignments. Anybody who stays here on the island, resume process as you would. Anybody who's moving over to different locations, you get a day of rest. After that, get ready to pack up and head out in the following day. For anyone who is part of the freelancer program, let's get all your stuff set up. Meet Commander Silic down on the ground floor tomorrow at 1000 hours.
Ooh, Commander.
Didn't realize he was that high of a rank. You got friends in high places, don't you?
Just that one, honestly.
come in handy.
Has he always been a commander DM, or like did he also get promoted?
He was the commander when you guys met up with him. He just
Okay,
didn't
sorry,
keep
I
his
don't have
rank.
my old notes, so I couldn't check really
Yeah.
quick. Nice.
Alright. Then we're
We
kind of
wanna-
free to go now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're free to go.
Should we head back to the barracks and pack up? It sounds like we're shipping out tomorrow.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, as you guys are heading to, you see like one of like the main like repairman engineers for like the town comes over, kind of like hustles his way over to you. I think you're the ones I'm looking for. You're the team that took possession of the Moonlit Dream, correct?
Apparently so, yeah.
If you can, no rush. But before full dark, if I could have you meet me out at the ship, we need to deal with properties and dealing with where we're gonna move it to and technical stuff. If you can meet me over there, a couple hours, that'd be great. That'd be great. And he starts heading over and looks like he's like trying to give information, like he's a mail call person to like everyone.
What's your name?
Comes back over to you. Task. Heads over to like another person. Just find me in a couple hours.
You'll be at the ship?
Yeah. I'll be there. I just gotta contact a few other people. I'll be there.
All right. Just want to make sure we knew where to meet you. Guess we ain't the only ones had a long day.
Guess not, and I guess we're not done with our day yet.
Guess not.
No. But now that we know it is our last day here, maybe we should turn it into a little bit of a celebration. What though we can.
Oh,
We're all here, and we got a
we're all
ship!
here.
That's so crazy!
And we got new adventures coming, I guess.
new adventures coming, and we're going somewhere new tomorrow. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I left the island.
We have plenty of reasons to celebrate, even though we are all terribly tired and sore. Trust me, I understand.
Gotcha. I think you said something earlier about tea.
I can make
That
some
still
tea if you
stand?
like.
Tea sounds good.
So
We'll
before
take
or
off.
after you pack?
And like celebrate it.
We might want to do it before and then
okay.
go get our ship.
That seems
Alright.
wise.
Well, I'm going to change out of this bloody uniform, so you can meet in my room in like 15 minutes.
See you there.
And Gaiju's just gonna go ahead and walk ahead to his room.
Okay.
I suppose
I'm gonna-
we'll break off as well. Because I also kind of want to get out of this uniform.
Before we break off, I want to go to Dira and Dahlia. By the way, I found this cool book in the library. Have you guys ever heard about, like... Don't start that. Have
You would
you
get
guys
so
ever
much more
heard
information if I
about-
was there.
I'm talking to the cleric. Okay. Have you guys ever heard about like this theory about missing ages in all of your studies?
Have we?
To DM.
What's the question?
Missing
have-
age.
Have they ever heard of missing ages?
I mean, each of you would have a bit of different knowledge. Each of you can give me a history check if you want to. Not Sophia, though, since you've already kind of been through this.
That's a 6.
6.
Oh.
12.
12.
Might as well start rolling my actual dice because D&D or Roll20 is not favoring us very much as of right now.
And Gaju?
What?
Oh, Gaju's not there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I walked off.
Oh, okay.
I just stopped the other two holy
should be
persons
there.
that I know.
With those checks, I mean, everybody's kind of heard rumors, whether you take it as people who are just mad crazy that are making up these theories, or you take it at face value. But there has been like proven information out about that there is a time before recorded time. You don't really know the names of the people who have necessarily written stuff about them, but you do know it is, whether you think of them as hacks or whatever like that, you do know that has been like a theory of many major groups around, whether they're political groups or mages, like councils and stuff like that, to get together that kind of talk about this. There is proven information, but none of you have done the research on it to really have a viewpoint that would have a logical, like, knowledge base for it.
I mean, I heard there's stories, and I guess there's evidence for it, but I don't know much about it.
I know that we know that there like is a known time before recorded time, but yeah, as far as I think either of us know, it's just really theories. No real solid evidence or suggestion or proof.
What's this book you got?
I was just reading, with everything that happened, and I just came across this book of lost ages, and I wanted to learn more about it and more about the gods.
When did you get that book?
Earlier this afternoon.
Is that why you weren't there?
At the mess hall?
You poofed!
I didn't poof!
So
I
you
just
think
wanted to
she
read a
just
book.
went to the library.
So you really... Why do you need to go to the library that bad? Look, okay, I'm not gonna not want to pry like Dira over here, but I just... Is everything okay? Are you sure?
Oh no, everything's fine. Like I said, it's all good. I just wanted to learn some more about, missing pieces.
Insight
I mean,
check.
she's got a reason to want to learn more.
Insight check.
17.
Do I have to roll anything?
I mean, if you don't have to say what you're rolling, but if you're lying, then you would give a deception. If you are doing a persuasion, if you're telling the truth. If you don't want people to see,
which one.
I'm just...
if you don't want anybody to see the screen on what it is, you can just roll a d20 and just add whatever the bonus is.
What if it's not telling the truth, but also the truth? I'm just not relaying all the information.
Then that's still telling the truth. You're just not telling the whole truth. So
Okay.
yeah, that's still telling the truth. Yeah.
And what was that roll? I'm sorry.
Persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
15.
I mean, she is telling the truth. I mean, like, you're able to see through anything. You can definitely tell that she's not telling you the whole truth, but she's not lying about what she's told you.
Well, if you find anything interesting about did she mention the Forgotten Gods? I feel like you mentioned Forgotten Gods.
Did I just said I wanted to learn more about the gods in general.
Okay.
She said lost ages.
Okay. Well, if you find anything else about the missing ages or any other gods and you would like to talk to us about it or ask us any questions, we're here to help.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Anything at all. We can help.
By the way, side note, do you guys want to know what the weapons you were given do? So you know if you want to equip them.
Please.
Okay. So you were given 2 daggers and 2 swords. The daggers are both the same. The swords are both the same. So the average soldier dagger is a +2 magical weapon with additional 1d4 slashing damage and has 10 charges. It has a ability called the Assassin Stance. When successfully hidden from the target, you can auto-crit against the target. You must be a rogue to use this ability. So if you are sneaking up on somebody and you are successfully hidden from them, so it's not just advantage, they do not see you, you auto-crit on that sneak attack. You don't have to be a rogue to equip it, but you have to be a rogue to use the Assassin's Stance. 2 of those are given to you, and then the average soldier swords are long swords. They are +2 magic weapons, 1d8 additional slashing damage with 10 charges. To imply it's a charge to use those stances, so you don't get all the time. You gotta use a charge to use it. Charge to use the counter stance. As an action, you can take the defensive stance with the sword. Requires you to hold the sword with 2 hands. While using this, you get a +5 to your AC until the beginning of your next turn. If the target fails an attack against you during this, you can pay a charge to make a critical hit opportunity attack against that target as a reaction. So basically, you decide to forego your turn as an action, or you forego your action to go on a defensive stance, increase your AC, and if someone attacks you and misses, you get to attack them as an opportunity attack with a critical hit.
So, who has these weapons right now?
You guys do. You just haven't divvied them up, so you got 2 of the swords and 2 of the
that we
daggers.
need to figure out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could decide on the ship when all of us are. No, we could do it during tea time too.
That might work.
Tea time, which is in T-10 minutes. So I'm going to make my way this way.
I think we're all just gonna awkwardly be like, "Well, I'll see you guys," and then all walk together.
And do it. Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
I don't know how to whistle, so otherwise I would whistle.
Make our way to tea time.
Yes, I would like to go
Indeed.
change myself, to be honest with you. So I'll make a pit stop along the way, and then I'll go meet you guys.
Dear, are you changing or are you just heading straight to tea time?
I mean, I noticed that everyone else is, so I'm going to go ahead. It would not have occurred to me otherwise.
I guess Deer and I get out in there and knock, knock, knock.
I guess Gaijo will answer the door. And he's not like quite in his casual like outfit. It's like a lot of the pieces are missing, like his mantle and like his bracers and stuff. It's just like mainly the blue coat and the jeans.
Okay.
However, the bandana is off, and Dira, you get to see his horns and tail for the first time.
Woo!
Well, hello.
Hi.
When you get out of uniform, you get out of uniform.
It's been a long day.
It has in that. It has at that. Well, thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm. I assume by now, like, Gaiji's already got, like, the water going and stuff for a tea. Oh.
Okay.
That is all the comment there is going to be. I mean, at this point, it's not exactly a surprise that there was more. So,
God bless Dira for not being one to pry.
she's seen weirder, trust me.
By the way, I just sent in the group the stats for the ship.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Look at us, guys. We're moving up in life.
Oh
We got a
gosh,
ship.
we have a whole ship.
A whole
God.
ass ship.
Whole ass ship.
Whole ass ship.
So
Oh, shit.
I'll explain how the ship necessarily works. So for anybody who doesn't know about using a boat as far as transportation or combat, It does, just like mounted combat, it does do the movement for you, obviously. If you decide to go into battle, you still take your own turns individually. The ship itself can't make attacks on its own, but if you choose to use one of the ballistas, you sacrifice your action to use the ballista on the ship. Your ship has an armor class of 14, 300 hit points. It does have the speed of 100 feet, and 100 feet flying, both water and flying. Obviously modified if there's wind involved. Obviously, it's wood. It's vulnerable to fire. It requires at least 10 crew members to operate. That's including someone being the captain of the ship. As far as the boat itself, I believe we kind of explained that Gaju can at least steer the boat and at least figure out how to use it for the ship purposes. But as far as flight, none of you know how to do it. If you take any damage, to repair it on your own, it requires 1d12 HP per day to do it. So you can't just repair it in one day unless you spend a fortune to repair it. You can upgrade the ship if you want to. You can add magical implements if you want to. You can add more rooms, design changes if you want to. If you want to use it only as a boat, you can just get regular sailors as your crew. If you want for flight, you need to get specific sailors that know how to use a airship to specifically use as a crew. Currently, right now, because it is a basic transportation airship, it only has one action, which is the ballista shot, which is the plus 6 to hit. Can go up to 300 feet. 3d12 plus 9 piercing damage. But ballistas require an action to load, action to aim, and action to fire. So it's a 3-turn thing.
Okay.
Wow.
But by all intents and purposes, it is legally yours.
Woo. A whole ass ship?
Yeah.
Ship.
That none of us know much about. It would be interesting.
I've got a few years experience, just not with airships.
We're gonna need to make some money as well to pay for a crew.
Yeah.
I know I haven't really got much of a coin purse living in the military.
Nope.
I have 204 gold, and that's it.
I currently have 1 platinum, 77 gold, 6 silver, and 7 copper. I spent most of my money on the crossbow.
I have 7 gold and 2 copper.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, our ship isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
No. So we'll look for some odd jobs and try and make some money to get a crew.
Yeah. DM,
Mm-hmm.
would I know how much a decent pay would be for like an average crew member?
Depends on the kind of crew member you want. If you're talking about getting a full crew together that's already built, it will give you a bundle deal, but you're probably looking about a monthly charge about 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
That's for 10 people, including a captain. If you're looking for specific people, it can range anywhere between a gold a day to 10 gold a day.
Okay. So say not a captain, but just like deckhands and
Like gold.
officers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it will
Reasonable.
definitely change depending on how you pay them. If you say you're going to pay them today on a day-by-day basis, they can choose to resign whenever they see fit. If you choose to pay them on a month-by-month basis, you're holding them out of contract. So they can't just bail on you.
Okay. Good
Also,
to know.
you got to also choose when you make a crew if you are the captain or not. If you choose to make yourself captain, you are in charge. But if you choose to hire someone else as a captain, you're still in charge, but they still man the ship on their own. It is now their ship. You're just in charge of them.
We'll discuss that when everybody's here.
Oh, I haven't showed up yet. I show up. Knock,
Nice
knock.
of you to join us.
Oh, thanks. I just like my skirts, you know, and waltz in with my nice flowing skirt.
Fair enough. Once everybody's in, Gaiju will kind of like close the door so that they all have like some privacy away from like literally anyone else in the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Literally everyone else I can see is hose right now.
Thought to. And then he'll kind of like go back to like finishing tea and stuff. I don't know.
Okay. And you guys are having tea at the at the barracks, or are you guys gonna go have tea at your ship?
Probably just the
Ooh.
barracks for now.
Yeah.
In the barracks, yeah.
All right.
We're
And
gonna
then go
stay in the
visit the
barracks and
ship.
chat, and then go to the ship.
Yes.
So,
So
you're
I
able
guess
to
we got.
have some tea. You do have the weapons. If you want to discuss about that, but yes, you're able to have tea together at the barracks.
Okay.
We should probably divvy these out. Do you guys have any preferences?
Wouldn't mind taking one of the swords. And
I will also say they have to be attuned, if that makes a
Okay.
difference.
I have too many items to attune.
I do.
I do
prefer
not, but
daggers
I'm
over
starting to
swords.
have an embarrassment of swords. But I do like the idea of this one's. Tuck the crystal longsword away, probably. You know, just as I just got materials to make one for the
Mhm.
cosplay.
What do you two want?
Would you be opposed if I took the dagger or the sword?
Go for it.
I think daggers are going to be like my new thing, so I prefer a dagger anyway.
That's good.
I feel like I did pretty good with it, you know?
I guess
You could
I'll
probably
like.
get some.
Now, just to say, if someone doesn't want one of the blades, someone can have multiple of them. For example, you can dual-wield daggers. So, you know, if someone wanted 2 daggers, they could have 2 daggers and use them both at the same time.
Honestly,
won't-
they're gonna be more useful to Dahlia, just because I can't attune. So she wants them, both daggers.
I'll take them, but Dahlia wouldn't ask, probably. She'd just be...
Okay.
Sounds like they're going to be most used to you.
So, if you all want to look for everybody's equipping them, just look up under equipment. They're still under C1.5. They all start with Afferent Soldier, and then they just, some of them say daggers, some of them say swords, and then they just have parentheses Advanced Class. Dahlia, you can have 2 of the daggers, and then Sophinia and Dira, you can have the swords.
I don't
you
know
sure you
why,
don't want
but it
the
does
second
not
one,
seem-
Gaiju? Now hold it up.
I've got my own dagger. It'll be fine.
Okay. Another
There we
one to the
go.
collection.
Average soldier sword.
Can you say the name of it one more time?
Averent Soldier Sword.
Friend soldier sword. Thank you.
Mhm.
How feeling after that?
I reckon while we sit here and chat, we can do the attuning thing.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Could start doing that.
I think my mic is not wanting to pick up the brubby. It's fine.
I know, I have to move closer to mine.
Yeah. We'll just scooch it into view.
Stupid question, but how do you attune, or what do you do to attune?
So as far as D&D Beyond, you don't have to do... I don't think you have to do anything. You just have
It's
to...
at the bottom of your inventory.
Yeah,
I just
there's
click
a
it.
Oh, is it?
button
Okay.
where you click on it.
And now it's attuned?
Yeah, it just means you have to
Yeah.
sit with it for an hour.
Sit
I
with
can do
it.
No, I'm
That's pretty much
serious.
it.
Just gonna
I mean,
hold it.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Have to
it.
feed it, then raise it.
Yep.
Plug it and squeeze it and call it George.
So I'm guessing we sit around, we drink our tea, we hug and coddle our weapons, and then we go meet this guy over at our ship.
Did anybody want to talk about anything before we skipped ahead, or?
Wink, mick, nudge, nudge.
I only had
I'd-
silly things that, but like not related to. current
It's a
matter.
bonding experience. Go for it.
It is a bonding experience. Does anyone else have anything lore-wise, like looking at somebody, like?
Y'all have to bring up shit because I can't talk about anything.
So,
I
okay.
got my important questions out.
I'm assuming Gaiju's tattoos are out on display.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, you see his like 3/4 sleeve.
Mm-hmm. So like maybe in an awkward break of conversation, which is inevitable, I feel like when I'm around, I go. So Gaiju, what's your tattoo about?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you could say it's a life story. I'll send a picture so you guys can actually see it in the chat. If you have any specific questions about parts of it.
Well, a
That's
life
a mighty
story,
colorful story.
not good enough.
Is there something certain you're wanting to know, or?
Well, say an anchor catches my eye, considering we just got the ship.
You could say I've spent some time on some ships. Mainly around Lakeshore. A lot of offloading and taking care of shipments, but occasionally I went out to sea when I was younger.
So you'd know how to captain ours?
On the sea, yes. Not so much in the air, but I'm sure with time I could get it down.
I feel like they'd be similar, like clouds,
It's at least one step ahead of the rest of us.
water.
It's a little harder to get a ship that size off the ground, I imagine. So
And you fall in water, you get a little splash, you fall in the air, and bye-bye.
Oh,
No,
I wouldn't know.
honey.
Only ever been on the airships here, so it sounds fun though. Would be cool to try.
we'll get there.
You've
Well,
been
don't
on
be
anything
ships.
else.
shy, everyone.
Any
He's
kind,
got
not
like
myself, so.
roses on his arm, and he's got the looks like a wing and some jewels. That sounds cool.
So how many? How far have you been? How far is the farthest you've been?
I guess that's a question for DM. How far have I been?
How far you been? What?
How
Like,
far is the
across
farthest he's
sea?
been?
Have I been to any
Travel-wise?
kingdoms? I don't know.
I mean, if you want me to answer for you, you would have been. I mean, is there anything you want me not to say, or just?
I can say it in passing.
Okay. Here, I'll just message you.
Okay.
The secrets.
Oh,
I don't know what you want to tell and what you don't.
That's fair. Yeah. I know like a few places, but I don't know if I've been to like more than that. So
Penelope's gonna think of a question to ask Gaiju. See, what are you thinking?
He takes precedence.
Lavinia just keeping quiet as she's sipping her tea. Just kind
Like
of
awkwardly
Okay.
quiet, or just like
Comfortable, quiet, and happy she's not getting asked more questions about...
Okay.
That's
I
fair.
just want to know if it was an uncomfortable
Our
quiet.
host is the one on the spot today.
Yeah.
Just reminiscing about the day. Glad everybody's not dead right now and happily sipping that tea.
Amen to that.
That has been a day, that's for sure.
What kind of tea is it?
Good question. What tea do y'all like?
Is it the same tea that we had earlier? Because that was
Probably
I
not.
forgot until right now. That's still the same day.
Yeah.
Oh man, it is. It's been a very long
It's
day.
been a
Probably
very long day.
A calming chamomile
Yeah,
type
something
tea.
chill.
Yeah,
Oh,
that can work.
Little sugar cubes in it.
Joe, are
this
you
is
sending
going
me
to
any other locations or?
make me
Nope.
fall asleep.
Okay.
Due to what you and I have talked about in the past, that'd pretty much be it.
Okay. Well, for the most part, my sailing experience is just out for mass fishing. But I've briefly been in other kingdoms. Aberystwyth for a few days. Spent a little bit of time in Elithair, but more or less stick around here.
What do you know about that, Bruce?
We're not been.
For the most part, I stuck to the docks. What would I know about Aberystwyth?
With the little amount of time you've been, you would know that it takes quite a lot of work to be invited down to lower levels. You have wouldn't have been down there quite yet, so you've only know the ground floor. As far as it is a pretty large island. Kingdom up top, but it is not the main kingdom where the queen is. It's pretty much a peaceful, they got their own military, but it is a neutral territory area.
Okay.
A lot of wealthy people live there, but they're usually politicians that try not to get involved in how to put this without making it sound counterintuitive, without trying to get into super political affairs.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I
guess the other
think
thing you would know, the other thing you would know is that it's the nexus point for the Underdark.
Okay. Well, like I said, I didn't spend too much time there. You kind of have to get invited to go to select places within it. But I do know that their guards are a little strict, and there is a nexus point to the Underdark. But that's about it.
Interesting. What's this rose on your arm?
Oh god, let me remember which rose it is.
I'm gonna keep asking questions if nobody else does.
You know what? That's fair.
What is this? What is that? What is this?
What is
We're
this?
very
What is
glad we
that?
have Elliot for that.
Because no one else likes to pry.
Nope.
I'd love to pry, especially with someone so
Sorry.
secretive.
uh,
Also, the tea that was dumped earlier today, I can't help but be curious.
fair. I guess you could say the rose and the thorns are more of a manifestation of my druid powers and learning to harness them. That was a later development in life, but we all start somewhere.
Seems a bit different from other druids I've run across. Where did that come from?
My father, actually. He had his ways with magic, and when I was young, he took a liking to druid magics and wanted to try something different. So, metal it was. He could do a lot of cool things.
Ain't something a lot of people think of as nature, but I approve.
Well,
That's something
Sure
that
see-
he teaches you?
taught briefly. The rest I've learned on my own.
It's hard learning on your own sometimes, but sometimes it's
Mhm.
better.
I'm inclined to agree.
I can also agree with that. Even
I don't
though
know.
sometimes it's good to have a teacher.
Mhm. What about y'all? Did you learn your trades and magic through someone else or by yourself?
Magic I learned since I come here. Metal I grew up with.
Okay, she's
Yeah.
gonna be quiet. Alright. Well.
What?
Nothing from Zapinia.
Well, I didn't know if you were done or not.
I mean, I already told you. I already, you guys know I grew up in the smithy, so we already had that conversation.
Most
I did.
everything I've learned here.
Fair enough. You, Dahlia?
Oh, my dad taught me magic. Ever since I was little, he was big about that. And my mom taught me a lot about the temple life and Cocopial and all of that. So, just kind of the way I grew up.
Oh.
Very boring. Compared to
There's
getting
nothing-
to travel on ships and live in the mountains and smithies and have cool.
There's nothing wrong with a simple life.
Trust me,
You
things are
get
plenty
bored
simple
after
back
a
home.
while. There's things you miss out on. But I can agree. I can see the beauty in it. Being close with those that you love. It's tea.
Yeah, I miss them sometimes. I miss them a lot, but
Well, I know I'm about to miss it.
needed
now.
here.
How do you think we're going to manage all the cultist stuff if we go out tomorrow?
I think
Don't
we'll be
rightly
fine.
know.
Says the one that died.
Take it as it comes, I guess.
Well, I guess if there's no immediate danger, I don't know. I'm particularly eyeing Dira's direction just because she's the only one that knows what I'm talking about. So, just kind of keep it vague at that.
Well, did we hear Dahlia's conversation on the stone with Silic? Or did she, step away to do that?
Dahlia, did you step away or did you just say it right in front of everyone?
I don't think I stepped. If you probably were listening, then you probably would have heard it. I wasn't right there, but I might have turned around, but you still could hear it.
Dahlia, if you don't mind me asking, why were you actually interested in the Soaring Flame? It's a completely different order.
I'm not interested. I just have help, and they're offering help and so I took it. No
Insight check.
conflictions. I'm not lying, but you're gonna have to
I
really
think
dig.
I asked earlier and you said you had a friend there, and then we just kind of left it at that.
Is that in character?
No, that's out of character.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could ask.
Sorry, I know. I don't have a voice accent.
Well,
It's just the
that's a
same.
20.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Ah,
I can take a picture if you like.
no, I believe you. It's about. Well,
It's my lucky dice too, god damn it.
what's your modifier? Well, would a natural 20 beat out? Because I got a 22, but that's with a +7 modifier.
Doesn't matter. Natural 20 auto wins.
Okay,
I was
cool.
gonna say I
didn't
have
know
a
that.
+3, so it'd be 23 anyways.
Okay. I never knew if that was a thing, but now I know.
Yeah, so usual rules is it doesn't matter what the total is. If the natural 20 comes in, it still wins, combat or otherwise.
Okay.
Critical is always better than a higher number if they didn't get a critical.
Okay, that makes sense. So she's not lying, but it's super obvious that she's being vague and skipping out on details. And her eyes just dart a little to the side, which is pretty obvious that it's not a whole truth,
Alright.
and that she's kind of avoiding specifics, or just holding back specifics.
Ira is looking intently into her teacup throughout this exchange.
Zinfinia's sitting across from you doing the same. It's like sitting in class going, don't pick me, don't pick me. Don't make eye contact with the teacher. Don't pick me.
Well, it's the I know what she's not saying, and I'm not going to say it.
And you're like, damn it, woman, say it! Like,
Oh my god. Alright. I will just keep a note of that for later.
oh, damn. I want someone to call me out on my bullshit one of these days.
That's what later is for.
That's true.
Don't worry, it's coming.
It'll
It's
come.
coming. The reckoning is coming.
The
Be
reckoning
careful
is
what you
coming.
wish for.
He's dotting his I's and crossing his T's and following up.
I don't know. Is there like anything else we want to do, or before we head out? So we've
Well-
got a few hours before we have to go meet this guy.
Yeah.
A few hours?
A couple hours, he said.
Oh, we could take
Yeah.
a nap.
Right?
I could take a nap.
I mean, if you want a nap, go for it.
I've only slept an hour.
That's right. You never slept last night. Oh my god.
Slept an hour's nothing. I don't know why I even bothered.
Because I gave you calming tea and you passed out.
Is this the same? This is the same tea, isn't it? I just look like the audacity. I still drink it though.
Oh my god. Alright.
You know what?
Where do you think they're going to send us?
I don't know.
What were you about to say?
Nothing. That's way more important.
It's just,
Bullshit.
it's just an idle question.
Huh?
It's just an idle question. I got no answer.
I felt
I got no
really
guess.
inspired by the quirky music, so I was about to be quirky, but
Do it.
You know what? What is a unique fact about each of you that no one else in this room would probably have?
Died and came back.
We don't know that though.
Yeah, we're pretty sure about that one.
I mean, it's
That
unique
one I
that you
think
all
we know is
probably don't
unique.
have.
I think we know that's unique.
But okay, aside from that, maybe something that something we don't know.
Longest I didn't see the sun was 2 years, 3 months, and 4 days.
Wow.
That was impressive.
Were you in the mountain? Were you in the Underdark, or like were you in the mountain?
Nah, just in the mines.
Up north?
They didn't let us out.
Oh my. You ever miss the sun when it's been that long?
Something fierce. Some days, I think we would have done anything to see it again.
Wow. That's so fascinating.
Can't
And
imagine
sad, I'm
going
sorry.
that long.
But I'm
without
glad you
seeing
can
sun.
see the sun every day now.
Yeah, me too. I'm very thankful for it.
Waiting on these two to have way super.
I'm
Bad.
genuinely trying to come
Too.
up with something. I'm like,
Right.
I was
I
not
know it's so
prepared.
on the spot because I said it and I was like, I don't even know what I would say to be honest.
They haven't
God.
flown since I was 5.
You haven't what?
Flown.
Oh,
Being on the airship, even though it wasn't a very pleasant experience, it was nice to be up high again.
Well, we'll be back up high in no time. Once we
will.
have the money to afford people to put us back in the sky.
We are going to have to figure out what we can do on side jobs to afford a crew.
Oh.
so you were that little when it was broken?
Yeah.
What happened?
Like I said, my parents needed the money, and they went to the easy way. They found collectors who liked abnormal people, such as myself. There's not a lot of people with wings, and they wanted me for my wings, so I escaped, but I never flew again. Not something I like to remember, but when I shrug and look at my wing, it's part of who I am.
Does it hurt all the time?
I still feel like I can move it. And I can feel the wind beneath my wings still, and I go to stretch, and this one just doesn't go.
Yeah.
I
I
think
do.
it's beautiful.
Thank you. What's an interesting fact about you?
Funny enough, I get motion sick. So, ship isn't the greatest time, but
And you spent how long on the ship? With
4.5 years.
were you just sick
Was like
for
most of
4.5
it just
years?
throwing up.
Yeah.
Let's just say a hooves and a wooden deck don't exactly mix.
I don't imagine.
You kind of
Did you
go
ever get used to
flipping
it?
and sliding. Sometimes. In my experience, airships are a little rougher because of extra wind factors and being so up high, but I make do. Alright, what about you, doll?
Interesting. Well, see, I don't know if it's something that any of you might know how to do, but my mom used to teach me how to dance, and I'd like to think I was pretty good at it, but it's been a long time. But I used to dance for fun.
I can kind of see that.
The big flowing skirt, I just hold it up and be like, yeah, I know how to use this.
Well, I think I like that as the capper to our list. Maybe we can get you to do again sometime.
Say that one more time.
I said I think I like that as a capper to our list. Maybe we can get you to dance again sometime.
With enough ale and the right kind of music, I would agree.
I think that can be
feel like this-
arranged.
Mhm.
You're not the
Maybe
only
you
one
could
that
teach
likes
us a
to
few
dance.
steps.
We'll have a dance off.
I know you'd win that.
You will definitely have to get me drunk for that.
Challenge accepted.
We will have to have another night out after this.
I wish we didn't have to leave so early, otherwise I would say screw it and do it tomorrow or something, but we're supposed to.
Well,
be,
I'm sure
so-
we'll have our chance sometime.
Who knows, maybe we can break in the new place wherever we go.
There you go.
We'll make the most.
Exercise the floor.
Just have to find a crew with musical talent.
There you go.
I feel like you might get pretty bored on the ship. You could pick up an instrument or two pretty well.
Yeah.
Look at Gaiju, because I don't frickin' know.
I mean, there's always lots to do on ships, I guess, but depends on what your ship is doing and if you actually have the free time or not.
We'll say when I was a barmaid, lots of our musicians spend time on ships. So, what is that face?
Imagine it's a way to
I'm
pay your
reading
way.
the chat. Kumbaya.
The new spell.
I don't have it pulled up. What are y'all doing?
So it says, wow, did the cleric just cast Kumbaya? So much sharing.
Oh,
Oh, we've had this bottled up for weeks.
Uh-huh.
Shit just keeps happening and we're
shit
like,
just keeps happening, and they haven't actually like gotten time to sit down and talk
to each other.
Yeah, it's been a few and far.
and now
between.
there's tea.
Now that's
Starts
literal
out
tea.
as an
And
awkward
tea
and
means
time.
and it just
And
All spills out.
privacy. And touch wood, nobody attacking us.
Mm-hmm.
what is this calm time you all speak of?
Fuck if I know.
We're learning.
Tea by the tiefling.
And we're growing. And bonding. And now when we go to wherever we're off to, we will be a closer group. So cute.
Speaking of where we're off to, I suppose we should go see what's up with the ship.
Yeah. Might as well.
I'm kind of excited. Even if we don't get to take it anywhere yet. The thought that it's ours.
It's like our home. I don't think I
Suppose
really
so.
actually had a home outside of the military.
Do you think we each get our own rooms that we could decorate?
It's pretty big.
Ships.
I don't know what
ships
all
aren't
it
that
needs.
spacious.
Oh.
I imagine we'll have to
Usually,
probably double up.
there's usually a captain's quarters and maybe some rooms for officers, and then the rest is all kind of shoved in one room for the crew. So
Well, I point the guide you captain, and then I gesture the rest of us officers.
I think we better get some skills before we call ourselves that. Although I suppose you know, the officers ain't necessarily the ones that work for a living. So
We have the skills of friendship and delegation.
there you go.
As of right now, we really can't afford a crew, so each
So
with
it's all
rooms.
speculation. Why don't we go see what this tusk feller needs and Maybe that'll give us a better idea where we're going with it.
And then go pick our rooms. I'm just teasing.
All right, ladies, let's go.
Chugging the rest of that tea because I want it to hit so I can sleep good.
All right, so just a couple things to remind all of you, or a few of you, just over the conversation. I didn't want to interrupt. A couple things, because right before the battle, some of you were shopping. Don't forget Cindy. Cindy was going to offer an upgrade to Sophia's wings, to fix her wings for her.
Yeah.
Don't forget about
forget. I just have to get money for it. It's in the to-do list.
that. Okay.
The to-do list.
Because remember, she was kind of like doing like a deal for you that if you bought something, she'd help you with your wings because it would be like a personal thing for her. And then some of you were going to get some weapons from her, but you were going to come back later on. So you start heading back to the port, where you do see that the ship is been moved to a different section of the port, kind of like out of the way so the dreadnought can actually like properly position itself there. It's more kind of on the side now, not really at like a full parking, but there's been now, they extended out the actual stairway to it, so you can actually just walk up, even though it is a little bit descended away from the actual island itself. Frantically, you're seeing the messenger run around. Welcome. I did a few things. I got a few things of paperwork we got to deal with. But I was able to assess the ship, and I think we can go over everything that needs to be taken care of. Come on. It's kind of like a guy that has too much caffeine and also very jittery naturally.
Bless him.
The chamomile is hitting. I'm just like, okay.
Y'all will sleep great tonight.
We all will anyway.
He's like, as part of the property change and the promotion, they had me reload your ship with for ballista rounds, so your ship is fully stocked with ammo, mostly filled up with at least a month's worth of rations. Not really stocked with like full amount of food, but there's grain, there's some ale on the ship. He kind of like takes you around. He shows you, starts you off at the stern, and then shows you the captain's quarters, the bow and everything like that. Takes you around. Kind of showing you around and just offering, is there any questions you have on the? If you need to make anything extra on it, like you can always go anywhere. Come back here. I actually do all the repairs and the adjustments for all the ships that come back and forth. I actually helped upgrade the dreadnought. So if you ever need anything done, I'm your guy. I can't say it's gonna be cheap, but if you ever make it back here, I can help you out with crew or any kind of anything from armament upgrades to just design upgrades. If you want maybe something a little bit more comfortable and less ornamental.
Flames down the side.
Your flames on the side. Just big flames. I mean, we can do that if that's what you want. You just want big flames.
I
don't. But we can do flames.
Let's circle back to that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Come around.
Well, a couple
I think
things.
First, we would need to be able to pay crew to manage it first.
And speaking about money, I hate to say this, but unfortunately, because it, to keep it docked here after tomorrow, it is going to cost you money. I hate to do this, but if you want to drop it down in the actual ocean outside the harbor, they don't charge over there. So if you want, I can taxi it over there, and then you can still use it here tonight. But then after either you can sleep here or sleep in your own place, and then I can have it taxied over to the ocean, and over there you won't have to pay any charges. But unfortunately, this port really is just for the military. Even though you are one, it's not technically a military ship, unless you want to pay for it.
Of course.
But I just need you to sign a couple things, unless you got any questions.
How much would docking it here be?
Oh, I mean, like, if you just wanted regular, like, daily docking, it's gonna be about 50 gold a day.
Oh, okay.
Hey, can you do that? I mean, we can make it work.
I think Seaport sounds real nice.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Okay. You know, that's fine. I mean, you can use it here for the night, and you know, we can definitely take it tomorrow. Are you gonna stay here tonight, or are you gonna head back?
Well, we would love to. We'll tour it and maybe decide. You know, like check it out.
Oh.
See how comfy the beds are.
Oh, okay.
Maybe taxi it later.
Well, I mean, I got to go back to the ground floor in a couple hours, so
That's fine.
Okay. I mean, you can come find me. Otherwise, if you have a way to message me. I mean, I need to know so I can plan like a ship to tow
When does
you.
your shift start? Tomorrow?
I mean, it starts roughly around dawn.
Would it be like, would it be possible to do that first thing in the morning?
I mean, sure. I mean, I can meet you all back here. Early morning. I got a couple things I got to do, but yeah, I can come back here and meet up with y'all, and we can figure out then what you got to do. We just got to figure out how you want it done. Either you pay the fee per day, or we shuttle it. I mean, it's completely up to you. Either way, I got to bring a ship to bring out another one. There's still that busted out one over there, and that needs to go. So either way, I got to take one out. So it's either one or two.
We can taxi it out.
Oh wait, well, I mean, the only other thing I gotta do, and again, I don't want to make it weird, but I need you to sign some paperwork.
I got it.
Okay. And then kind of like pulls out like this like little satchel bag, opens up, just kind of like slams down like this 100-page thing of paperwork. And I'm like,
ooh, okay.
So I don't know if you've ever, like owned your own personal property before, but it gets a little technical. And he kind of like goes to all these pages. He does
for the closing.
And just like buying like a house, he like has like tabs on like 50 different pages as he's going through. It's like, all right, so I need you to sign saying that your team owns it. I mean, unless one of you wants to own it. I mean, who's taking? Are you all owning it, or is it one of you? Who's the captain?
It's all ownership, and
That's the captain.
I think we all look.
Oh. Oh, okay. All right, so you're captain. I mean, are you taking control of the ship, or are we still having the whole group doing it?
Bit of both, I guess.
Okay.
I'll just.
I think we all own it, but he's the captain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you sign as the captain. The rest of you can sign as like, the crew.
Like officers?
Yeah. That works.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll make it work. So.
Give Gaju a thumbs up.
Got those rooms.
So Gaju, you're officially the captain of the ship. He like flips over, like another page. It's like, these are just certain bills that you'd have to come by in case you gotta do any adjustments. If you want to get them done here or anywhere else, it's just like going over prices and stuff like he's showing, like if you go over to like Avern's, like the most expensive place. Like if you want to get some work done here, like I can give you a deal. But it's still gonna be like a little expensive. But and he's just like going through different paperwork and stuff like that. There's really nothing else like crazy about it. It's just like an obscene amount of paperwork saying that you're essentially like buying land and property. But he's like, all right, all good. Any other questions?
Well, actually, regarding signing paperwork, if the ladies' signatures are needed, I'll have them take care of that first. And then I'm actually going to use my real name on that paperwork.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Are you being discreet about it? Like
Attempting
See
to.
this?
Yeah,
All right.
that's why he's having us sign first.
Give me a
stealth?
give me a deception check. Give me a deception check on
Okay.
this.
Can I insight check or do I?
Do you have any reason to
Oh, I'm
insight
curious.
check?
You said deception.
Yeah,
21.
21. I mean, if you want to give an insight check, you can.
Can
To
I
be
like
like-
casually look down?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
As a player,
Damn
I want to, but as a character, I would have just signed and walked
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, exactly.
I just would have been fascinated by all the paperwork, honestly. Like,
Yeah, if and when this comes
Okay.
out, Dara's gonna have had no clue whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
So no one knows that Gaju put down a different name on there,
Mm-hmm.
but he's like, all right, well, everything all looks good. I will just have to. I gotta go head out before the shop closes. I need to take this in. Technically, I gotta make sure that this is all taken care of before tomorrow. But have fun. There's some ale.
I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna head out.
We'll see you in the morning. Thank you.
thank you.
All right, bye. And just starts walking off.
Then you could use some of that tea.
I want to go see our rooms.
All right. So the layout of the whole place, I did put down like specific information. Obviously, main deck. Captain's quarters. Here are the specific rooms.
Damn.
Wow.
That's a big room.
Impressive. Yeah.
You do have the mess hall. There is also where the hell did I have it? You have a brig, and then a crew mess hall. So if you have any crew members, this is actually where they would go. That's not actually part of it.
Mhm.
And I forgot if I made rooms for them. Where'd I put
Here.
them? Crew quarters. They're there. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Captain.
So if you're the captain, you are also given the key to the captain's quarters.
All right.
So you technically get that room, and then any one of the six is divided up amongst the three of you.
Fania walks in this one here.
Okay.
I think this'll do.
Dara will be across from you.
All right, hang on. I gotta do this right. So
Put some markings in there.
Actually, no. Dara's gonna wait for Dahlia to pick.
all right, Dolly, which one are you gonna take?
I'm like that kid that just likes to sit in the back of the bus because it's like fun and quiet. And stuff. So I think I'm thinking this one. I like
Okay.
this.
All right, then yes, Dara's here.
Dahlia, because it was kind of hidden.
Look at my DS.
I gotta fix that.
A void opens up in my room. No!
Where'd she go?
It's a mimic!
It's a mimic. Oh my god, they'll never be let down.
Next week's episode is just finding Dahlia.
And which one are you doing, Dira?
This one here.
Across from-
It's really hard to
Alright.
do it with this, but
Yeah.
These are nice, but I want to see what the captain's quarters looks like. I bet that one's like
Wait,
super big.
I actually know we can do
I guess I'll go open up the captain's quarters.
Like we're peeking around your shoulder, like, isn't what do you got?
I'll let the girls check it out.
Okay.
Ooh, there's a nice desk in here. It's very cozy. Oh,
Lots
you
of
get the
room.
big chest. Ooh, is there
If
a
we have
map
to
in
s-
there?
Or extra stuff. We know we can put it in your room, right?
Be
Sure.
more secure.
What's that?
Hmm?
What was the question?
Ooh.
No, we're just talking about storing
Okay.
stuff that we want to be
Patches
secure.
room.
I mean,
in the captain's quarters.
each room has a dresser, 2 treasure chests that have a key to them, so you would have your own key. You do have a bed and an end table.
Nice.
The captain's quarters itself has a larger bed, a chest, a desk, 2 dressers, and a guest desk. More or
Just
less
like
like a
a-
seating table.
This is like a king-sized bed. What?
Hmm.
This wouldn't even
Oh,
fit in
good.
my
I
room.
can actually like sprawl out.
I mean, he is the tallest one.
He is.
That is true.
As far as comfortability, though, one of the mast poles do go through the captain's quarters, so this specific spot here is actually the center of the mast pole.
Let's hope he doesn't like wake up one night in a
And
hurry to like
Just
go
run
out
out
to
and
the
just
deck.
smack right into it, very cartoon style.
Please let this happen.
Oh god.
That would be so funny.
Knowing my luck, yeah, it'll happen.
Isn't there like some custom to like break a bottle of ale or something on the ship? that a
Champagne.
What's a
I asked that in
champagne?
character.
It's first voyage. Like you have to wait until you do your first voyage.
Oh,
Or
okay,
is
we
it-
don't do that now.
I think it's too late for
That's
that.
what I've heard.
That's,
Well, we
yeah, I
just
feel
signed the
I feel
paperwork,
like
so
it's
it's
when the
like
ship is new.
official.
Well, maybe we can do it after it's had. If there's any repairs or any changes that we make to it, then it'll kind of be new. We can do it then.
Like
Yeah.
flames on the side.
Joseph, what the fuck is
We're
with the
Getting flames on the
flames?
side.
The ship is named the Moonlit Dream. You want to put
Fast and
flames?
Furious
I'm not so
average
sure
drift
that's
over here.
something.
Maybe moonbeams, but flames?
Oh, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Let's figure out about hiring a crew first, and then we'll deal with that. Okay?
Yeah, or being able to hire anything.
You, by all intents and purposes, so what I got going is that you can still live on it, you can still stay on it, you can still keep it docked at the harbor that he's willing to taxi it to you free of charge. But without a crew, you can't
Take it anywhere.
take anywhere. But you can still keep it
Mhm.
docked, you can still live on it. By all intents and purposes, you can still make it your residence.
It's a houseboat.
Yeah, that's essential. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I can at least hire us a crew to get to wherever we're going, but after that, I'm sure as hell gonna need some help.
I could pitch in.
You also don't need to take it with you. While it's docked, I mean, where he's going to take it to, there is no docking fees. By all intents and purposes, you have no one watching it, so you might have to hire somebody to at least watch it for you. Get like a dock master to watch it for you, but wherever you go, you can at least leave it there until you eventually have enough funds to actually hire a crew, or for the 4 of you all to learn enough skill level to be crew members yourselves, and then you only need 6 more people.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, Gadru has claimed himself to be the captain, so you can't hire another captain role.
I think we kind of foisted it off on him, actually.
Yeah. So,
There
You
was
need-
no choice.
so if the 3 of you were going to be crew members, you would at least need another 7 crew members. Whether you choose for them to live on the ship or to be occasional, like, we're going to hire you once we take off and then once we make port, and then you can be on your way, or you make them as permanent crew members, is totally up to you.
Well, maybe we should look into taking it tomorrow. Like, wherever we go. We don't have a lot, but I just feel like it would be fun.
Let's see what Silic has to say tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
Okay. I shuffle back to my little officer quarters. 'Cause I'm like,
I don't really have any plans for the rest of the day, so
Is it nighttime? nighttime right now or daytime?
It would be nighttime. It would be at full sunset. We'd be looking roughly about 7, 8 o'clock.
Kind of
I'm going
decorate
to-
my room.
Yeah, right? Just rearrange some things.
Right?
And then jump on the bed to feel how soft it is.
Actually, I
bed
take
really
that back.
soft?
I do have one thing I want to do, but I'll let everybody else do their things first.
Is the bed really soft, Joe? A little opposite quarters bed.
No, not really. I mean, the ship
Oh.
wasn't necessarily made for comfort. You can eventually get upgraded where you would have more comfortable beds if you want to. But no, it not really.
I lay down on my bed, and it's pretty uncomfy, but I lay back and think it is the most comfiest thing I've ever laid on because it is mine.
Aw.
And that it will stay. Unless the ship sinks. Um,
Trying to figure out if she honestly would fall asleep on this bed or not. Also, side note, Joe, I love that there's this huge pink D, and then there's these tiny little D's.
Yep. I'm trying to fix this real quick.
Loving it.
Oh, I loved them. They were my little D's.
There we go. Actual letters.
If no one else has plans, I actually would like to go do something real quick.
Okay.
Before the end of the day, at least.
I think I'm gonna accidentally pass out in my officer's quarters because I'm so
Mhm.
excited.
Valid.
So that might be it for me. I'll never come back up, and you may hear snoring. So.
Do you guys want to do anything, or?
I have no plans.
Pass out.
Okay. Joe,
Yes.
I'm going to lock up my captain's quarters. And I'm
Okay.
actually gonna head back to the barracks.
Okay.
And I would like to go to the records room.
Okay.
Is there anyone in there right now? Oh, also, as I'm heading back, I kind of put on the bandana and hide my tail and stuff like that. I can't activate it, but still obscure my presence.
There is no one in the records room at this point.
Okay. Is there anything in the room about other kingdoms? Specifically history
there-
within the last 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information all over the place about other kingdoms, especially within the past 10 years with the war going on, since the war's been going on for a little bit now.
Okay. I would like to see if there's anything for Nelithair.
There is quite a lot. You might need to be more specific of what you're looking for.
Recent politics. Anything regarding the king.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can give me an investigation check with advantage, since it's pretty easy to kind of find stuff about the other kingdoms, especially the human one and the elven one at this point.
Okay. Well, that's a 5 twice. You said investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 7.
7. I mean, you're able to find some books, but you can't tell if they're the exact things you really need. There are a lot of books on Nelithair. They're kind of all scattered all over the place. It looks like in the past couple days, no one's really been putting the books back in the same order. Some people have been purposely moving books in different spots. So it's kind of you find the section, but some of them are out of place. You do find one that's recently new, a couple years. Goes over a specific political drama going on in the Nelithair Kingdom. A mixture of both the war itself, creating a lot of political disturbance within the Nelithair Kingdom, dealing with the fact that the specific king and queen have been in odds with their council about where to go with the war, and it's creating a... There's been a lot of times where it's been almost proven that they're almost leading into a civil war of their own. There is also something you found out, but it's very limited in this book, about problems with the king and the queen due to an assassination that has happened.
Does it say anything specific about that assassination?
Not in this book. You do know, though, about an assassination. One was an attempt. One was a success. And the king was replaced pretty recently.
How?
I missed that.
How recently?
2 years ago.
Okay. Interesting. I know that the king was replaced recently, or that's what was in the book?
That's what's in the book.
Okay.
You know about the assassination attempt. You just didn't know that the king was already replaced.
Huh. Okay. That's... Gaiju's probably gonna spend a while staring at that.
Okay. If you want, if you're going to spend some time there, you can give me another investigation check to try to find some more info.
I'll do that. Okay. 19.
19. After looking through it, you decide to get a little bit more vigorous trying to find some stuff, as you do find some of the books scattered in different spots. Maybe someone pulled some books off the shelf, did some research, and, didn't put the books back. You're able to find a couple that goes back a little bit further, more 5-6 years. Some of them have been going very, very recent, as of a year ago. The original king and queen that have claimed the throne for a pretty long time. It doesn't specifically say how long they were at the throne, but they were dealing with political unrest in their own kingdom, due to the fact is that the Elven Kingdom at its current juncture is... They really only believe in just having elves in power. And there were problems with mixed bloodlines, and it was creating a political/racial issue within the kingdom. Due to... Mostly because the information is through spy networks and stuff like that, and they weren't able to get it directly from the source. There was an assumed assassination attempt that was failed due to it, and then about a year later, the king was actually killed along with the queen. Because of it,
This was recent?
This is recent. The Nelithir Kingdom has strengthened their hold that only elves of true blood can take any political power in the Nelithir Kingdom. The current king and queen have only temporary control until the Prince is of age.
Gaiju's gonna spend some time, copying down some of this information.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll roll it up and put it in his tunic and head out.
Gotcha.
And then he's actually gonna gather the things from his room, clear it out, and then head back to the ship.
Just a question. With your second investigation, were you actively still looking for that exact stuff, or were you just looking for anything really elven-ish that stood out to you?
Specifically Nelithir and politics.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right. Anyone else?
Nope, I'm out.
Decorating rooms.
I actually was I was gonna write a letter home. I'm
Mhm.
trying to decide if I want to go back to the barracks to do that.
At the barracks,
think
you
so.
would be able to send it out for free.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna do that.
Okay.
And it's just gonna be kind of very brief. Things have been it's just to my parents. It's just things have been very busy. Lots been happening. Some of it strange. Been promoted. Tomorrow they're sending us out somewhere. I wish I were there. Do my best to make you proud. Keep you posted. Love you both. And seal it up and mail it off and pack up my stuff.
Okay. All right. Is everybody done for the night?
Yep.
Okay. Are you
I
all
think
going to
so.
stay on the ship?
Sounds like it.
Yep.
With your first night staying on the ship, you all get your rooms for the first time. Make them as comfortable for yourselves as possible, as you're all able to hit the long rest button as you have a comfortable sleep ahead of you that you've not had in some time.
Yay!
Hallelujah.
With knowing that you have a new future ahead of you, and know that tomorrow you have to meet up with Silic and wait up for your rendezvous to taxi the ship to harbor, you got a busy time ahead of you. With that, I think it's a good time to end the session.
Yay.
Yay!
So, no cliffhangers, only good things today. So, awesome session. Found out some things, got the chit chat, and yeah,
Got a ship.
got a ship, got
Yeah.
some weapons, got promoted, and got some busy work to do next day. So,
Yes, we do.
with that note, thank you all for joining the chat. We got plenty of people that decided to follow. Thank you all for following and joining in the stream.
Thank you.
Happy holidays and happy New Year.
Happy
Merry everything.
Yeah, happy everything.
Everything.
We have another session for Campaign 3 on Thursday. I do have something going on tomorrow, so if everything goes on well, that will happen. Otherwise, we will post about a reschedule. Other than that, love you all. Have a good night, and we will talk to you next time.
Guys.
Bye.